Hey folks, it's break time, and that means it's another edition of the Anime Break Room with your host Will Medina and Dabir Weeks. Dabir, what's up, brother? How we doing?
Not too bad. How you doing, bro?
I'm good.
Good.
I think I am.
Oh,
Maybe.
Oh.
I'm good. Anyways, no, real quick, before we introduce the two people that are here to help us with our lunch break topic for today, top duels, in our opinion, obviously, in anime. I watched Mashle. Was it last night? Yeah, I want to say I watched it last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, the opening is so fire.
yeah.
I love the opening.
Yeah.
I love the opening. It's like it. I got it on my playlist, and I was driving to the gym, and I was just jamming out with it before I went to
There
the
you
gym.
go. Get yourself
Yeah.
hyped, ready.
No,
Mhm.
it's definitely. It's like what, like a little hip hop ish.
Yeah.
You know,
they added
and-
a little bit to it. a little
Yeah, like
twist.
it got some rhythm.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it though. I like it, and it fits the anime. 'Cause
It does,
It
yeah.
does. But I also like the outro.
Do I remember the outro? Do I remember? The
It's
outro?
like,
Mm.
well, the visuals is like, how can I say? Like they're in like a modern city and they're driving like cool cars.
Oh, okay. Now I remember. Yeah.
No, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, and it shows everybody like what their car would be.
Right.
Yeah, I really liked it too. Yeah.
I definitely got that saved on my playlist too.
Yeah.
The outro.
There you go.
Yeah. Actually, the episode from Mashle was pretty good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That when they got Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he finally showed his third line.
Bro, I wasn't even
Yeah.
expecting that. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be like an awakening type thing or like a you got to trigger it type thing. You know, it was so new to me.
No, it was fire. Like when I read it in the manga, because I'm like I said, I'm ahead. I'm at the final war in the manga. I haven't read much lately
Okay.
as of late, but I'm like I said, I'm a little ahead. I'm like maybe like 2-3 arcs ahead.
Oh wow.
But when I read that part, and then I think when I read it, the anime has started. Yeah, the anime has started when I read it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you was watching anime, you was feeling the anime, you was
Yeah.
digging it. And then when I read that about with Ray and when he fought Margit,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, I want to talk to him. So I kind of tell somebody about it because it would, dude. When he awakened his third line and the
Yeah.
wand, I forgot about the wand. I forgot the wand. The wand has an awakening
did
too.
you? Okay.
Yeah, I just remember the third line
Mm-hmm.
and his attacks.
They animated that. I mean, I haven't read it from the manga, but they animated that so beautifully. I was in shock. I was just like,
The animation
what is
was great.
going on
The
here?
animation was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect. I loved it. It was good. That was a good episode. I knew it was gonna get crazy. I had to tell you. I was like, yo, it's gonna get crazy, bro. It's gonna get crazy. But one guy that's helping, or one person, I should say, that's helping us today with this episode, Lito. What's up, man? What's going on?
Doing good, guys. How y'all doing?
Good,
What's
good.
up?
Before I introduce the other person, which I don't want to, but I will in a minute. The three of us are watching Undead Unluck. Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
No, I haven't watched the last episode.
Oh,
Yeah, so you can't say too much.
Yeah. It's so good, bro.
Mm.
You're like it.
Check it out
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah. Are you're liking the series, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's so good. You're definitely gonna enjoy it. I want to get your opinion because when I first read the manga, when the thing that happens at this point, when it like I said, when it happens, I didn't expect it. Like it kind of caught me off guard. Did it caught you off guard a little
Bro,
bit?
I was, from the flow of just how it been going. No, I didn't see it coming at all.
Okay.
And I love
It was
I
a
love when they
good.
do stuff like that.
It was a good plot twist.
yeah.
The last episode I saw, it threw me off on one part. You know how, what's the guy's name that can stop everything with his eyes?
Oh,
Yeah.
Chikara.
She got a, when they gave the little backstory on his parents,
Yeah.
they were crossing the street.
Yeah.
Why couldn't the truck stop? It was just going.
Like
Yo,
maybe-
you
wait,
would-
no, I think he said the driver was asleep. Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe the driver
yeah,
fell
I think
asleep?
so. Yeah.
They said that in
yeah.
anime, or
Huh?
they said in the anime too?
I think so.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
okay.
Yeah. But it that was sad. Like
Yeah, it was.
I kind of forgot about his backstory because I read it and I was like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, that was dark.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he turned around and his powers awakened when his
Right.
parents are crossing the street. That's crazy. Yeah, no, it was a good. No, that was a good episode, and then like you see, he's getting his resolve, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. And last but maybe least, not least. Anyways, no, it's always a pleasure to have my sister on. D, what's up? What's going on?
Hello, Dabir.
Jesus,
What's
here we go.
up?
Hello, Lito.
What's going on?
How are you guys today?
Doing good, doing good.
Pretty good.
Very
So
good.
I'm just invisible. That's what's going on.
I hear nothing.
Okay, all right.
I mean, when she came in, she did mention you just
That's
her
right.
walk by.
Well, you know,
See?
sometimes you just gotta ignore.
That's what happens when you're the youngest.
Yeah, whatever. You'll be all right. Anyways, what's up? What's new?
You know, just chilling. Same old, same old.
Have you been watching anything lately?
Actually, I've been reading a lot more.
Okay.
So I was on season 2. Well, I am on season 2 of Spy Family. And then I started reading like 3 things at once. And then I'm just like, okay.
Do you get overwhelmed when you do that? Not overwhelmed, but it's like you try to like you're trying to catch up with each one individually.
I just started reading too much at once.
Yeah.
So maybe, because like I tend not to watch or read too many things all at once.
Right. Because you get fatigued.
Yeah.
It's like a mental thing.
Yeah.
I think
And then
that's-
I like to switch. Like, okay, I like watching animes. Okay, now I'm watching a sitcom. Okay, now I'm watching. Watching different
Kind of
things.
you got to expand your horizons.
Yeah.
That's how I was at one point. I was reading like Fire Force, Undead Unluck, Mash Show, and Dabir's like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you doing all that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
Right.
So I just took everything one. Oh, and Kaiju. You're reading Kaiju, right?
I am reading Kaiju. Yes.
Did you? How far are you in Kaiju?
So I'm maybe halfway through the 3rd one. I had to slow it down just a little bit because I'm like, I'm not gonna buy the next ones until next month.
Okay.
So I was like, I wanted to try to get it to last.
Right,
And I was
right,
just kind of
right.
like, I devoured the 2nd one, and I was like, okay, let me just slow it down
liking that
just
too.
a tad. Yes, yes, I love that. I think it's great.
The anime comes out in the spring
Spring,
of this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
I like anything with strong female characters. Too.
Yes.
Same.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, there's a real strong. There's 2.
Yeah.
There's 2.
Yeah.
Actually, you got to see Kikaru's backstory.
Okay.
Yeah, because they talk about her mom. They?
Oh.
Yeah.
They talked about her dad.
Her dad is like the head of the
Defense.
Japanese Defense Force. Yeah. But when they talk about her mom, like it's
Aw,
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good backstory. She has a really good backstory.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you guys to see that.
I think I'm gonna jump on that next because I just finished.
Oh, are you gonna read it?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it. I just finished binging Demon Slayer this morning, so I'm full on manga reading now.
Are you? Oh, you read Demon Slayer?
Yeah, I just finished it like
You finished the
4
manga.
hours ago. Yeah, I just finished.
Really?
I just binged it like 3 days. 3 days.
What you
straight
think?
of
What you
reading.
think? What you think?
Oh, it was good.
It was good.
It was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know Derek Bull's happy. Derek.
I'm gonna
is-
tell him.
he's gonna
I'm
listen
gonna
to
tell
it.
Yeah.
him.
You didn't tell him?
You know, actually, no. After he listened to it, he'll know.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
There you
again.
go.
He'd be like,
Surprising
he'll,
that way.
as soon as he listens to this on Tuesday, you'll get a text. Definitely, you'll get a text. Derek is super in, like that's his thing, Demon Slayer. Oh my god, it's so great. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's good, it's good. Yeah, but no, I didn't know that. And you're reading Super Dabir, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow,
I'm
yeah. So,
dead on Super.
but when you get into Kaiju, like it's like you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about what to do
Kaiju.
next. It was either One Punch Man, Kaiju number 8. There's I think a couple other ones I was thinking about. I'm like, I'll think about
Yeah.
it later or tomorrow.
Oh,
I
started,
will
go
say,
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I will say for such it's kind of intense, but at the same time it's an easy read. You know, there's
Okay.
just something about it it's light, just the way the characters are, but at the same time it's like, you have these like big monsters and it's like, there's a lot at stake every time they attack and but then you have these like really great characters.
You
and
said
it's
you're in
like,
the middle of Volume 3.
yes.
Did Holston do anything yet?
Oh,
Okay, you see, I'm glad you like that character. He is a dope character.
yes.
Was he fighting one of the kaijus?
He fought kaiju number
10? Was it 10?
no, he fought Habino.
Oh, okay. Abino.
Habino.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's another one that he fights.
Okay.
I think it's in Volume 4.
I'm trying to think if there's any, but I feel like that was the first time I saw him in action.
Okay. You're right. Yeah. That is
Kaiju number 8.
yes. But that is the first time he's in action. But you got to see
Yeah.
the next. He fights another one. I think I already told you. He fights 10.
Okay.
But you'll see. It's,
He's
it's so good.
fantastic.
He's a good
I
character.
do like it. And it's like he's one of those. He's like, he's all laughing and all cool. Then he gets serious, and you're just like, this guy.
Yeah. Listen, hold on. Did you watch Bleach? You watched Bleach, right?
I never got into Bleach.
Did you watch the Soul Society?
Maybe.
I know you watched some
Maybe
of it.
as a kid.
They were singing
Yeah.
Rukia.
Yeah, when they
Okay.
took Rukia back and she was
do you
all
remember Ging? The one
Ging.
captain? He always had like his eyes closed and he's always smiling.
Yes.
that's who Hosono reminds me of.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
think about it until Ito said it.
Yeah. I
And
can
I'm
see
like,
that.
yo, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Like it's the same way. His eyes are always, it looks like his eyes are closed
Yes.
and he's always smiling, but when he's serious, his eyes open.
Yeah.
That
And
switch. Who doesn't
Yeah.
love seeing that switch?
Yeah,
I know,
So when
yeah.
you get to his backstory and why he uses the weapons he uses and everything,
Yeah, the
so-
blades. Yeah. Oh,
so
that's
good.
dope, yeah.
So good.
All right,
And-
y'all convinced me. I'm reading next. I'm reading Kaiju number 8
Good,
next.
It's
All
good.
right.
good.
Yes.
It's good. Yeah. And there's
Listen-
only a few volumes out. It's not like.
9. Well, he's probably gonna read off the app.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like reading. on
There's
that.
way more chapters
Got it,
than
got
than there's like the Shonen Jump app is way ahead of what we got for volumes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but you're gonna enjoy it, Dabir. You really are. It's
It
good.
seems like
It's
it.
good.
Y'all two convinced me.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now,
good
Dabir
stuff.
Dabir was an anime watcher, and I'm slowly transforming him into a manga
Yeah,
reader.
I lost that battle.
Trying to balance it now.
I love a good and I definitely I'll switch between the two.
Yeah.
I switch between the two,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
love
yeah.
a good manga.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
always
Yeah.
you know what, and I think we talked about what we talked
We
about
did.
before.
We
I
did.
think it was in our Cowboy Bebop episode or an Miram episode. One of the first 2 episodes you was on. We talked about it. It's always nice to read it in its original form.
Yes.
Yeah.
How it was
Yes.
presented, and that's how I feel. And I'm reading Hunter x Hunter, I should say.
Oh.
It's so good.
I read the first volume.
The
Yeah, 'cause
very
I-
first volume.
Yeah, because I got it
Okay.
from like the library at school.
Oh, I am reading where I left off in the anime. Where the anime left off, I should say.
Ooh, actually, I
Yes.
should do that too.
Yes. So
I should do that too.
It's interesting. It's
Okay.
oh my
It
god.
seems like 400,
Yes.
400 chapters or whatever on the
I
app.
think so.
I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna-
Is
That's
there a
right.
time
More.
skip or does it pick up
no,
right after?
no
Okay.
time skip.
Okay.
From what I'm reading, no time skip.
Okay.
No time skip.
Yeah.
So
Very interesting.
yeah, so I'm
Hisoka. Oh, that's my favorite. He's
yo,
my favorite.
that's why I want to read it, because when they said Hisoka and Crollo,
Oh my goodness.
when if that fight was to ever be animated, wow, we're taking a long time with
It will
this,
be.
but this is good. But if that fight was to ever be animated, it would break the internet.
Oh my god.
That's how good that fight is in the manga.
Stay optimistic. I think it will be.
Yeah, yeah.
right.
That'll be-
See.
So I want to get to that. Like I
I
want to
got
get
chills.
to that.
I got
point.
chills just thinking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
They've been building up to that. All right.
Oh god.
Yo,
It's
he's
just
Yo,
battle
he-
lust. It's just battle lust.
yeah, he's
Yo.
Battle
weird.
us.
But you know what?
Battle
he's
us.
a good one. He's a keeper.
He's a great character.
Yeah, he is.
And I think we talked about it earlier too. Togashi has some of the greatest villains in all the anime.
Dude, the
this is
creativity.
it's in all the manga and anime.
Yeah.
He's just amazing. It's creative. Hisoka, Crollo, the Taguros,
Miriam.
Yeah.
Meruem. Yes, they're all. Meruem is probably his best one.
Oh my gosh.
It's
yes.
probably the most creative.
Yeah, he
Absolutely.
went all
What do
out.
you? I know Lito's a huge Togashi fan. So Lito, what is?
You know, it's incredible. He's incredible too.
But I'm saying, who's your favorite villain out of? And I forgot to mention.
Yeah, Chapter Black.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's why I couldn't draw them. I drew a blank.
What are you
Who's
talking about? What are you talking about?
Chapter Black.
the
villain.
the first spirit detective before Yusuke? Why am I drawing a blank?
Oh,
on
you're talking about
this?
Yu Yu Hashiko? Because I'm like, wait, you know.
Who?
I saw
Oh,
that
are
when
you
I was a
serious?
kid.
This
is
I was,
bad.
I was so young
Yeah,
when I
his
saw
face-
that. I don't
I
know.
know.
his face
Sensui,
is right-
Sensui,
There we
Sensui.
go.
Yeah,
His face is
Shinobu
right
Sensui.
there, but
Why,
I think-
bro? That's bad because he's my second favorite villain from Tokashi.
Yeah,
Look
Sensei
at that.
Maryland.
Yeah, but who's your favorite villain out of the Togashi's villains?
Maryland.
It is Mirum. Yeah, I think we all agree. Dabir.
Yeah, same,
Okay.
same.
I think just
He's
to,
more of an anti-hero, but yes.
I was telling you that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Listening to his speech that he did with Netero,
Yeah.
I'm listening to it. I was like, that is very anti-heroish.
That was his evolution, though.
Yes.
That was
It was-
That's true. That's true.
and it caught me by surprise.
He's fantastic.
His whole character development caught me by surprise. It's probably one of the best character developments in anime. Him and then Aaron.
And Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron's definitely probably the best that I've seen. But wow, that was a long intro. I'll tell you, that was pretty interesting.
had
But
a lot of good stuff. A lot of
yeah,
good
no.
stuff.
But let's jump into our Chop Talk segment real quick. And I think a lot of us watch anime. If we do watch anime, it's subbed, and for plenty of reasons, and we'll get into it. But
Well, it depends.
well, that's what I'm saying. And then you have your dubbed, because sometimes, and it's interesting now that because usually dub will take forever to release, but
in the
there's
day.
some animes, and Dr. Stone is one of them that dub releases as soon as subbed.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually didn't know
My
that.
Hero's
Yeah.
one too. Actually.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
it? Okay, I didn't know that.
Almost. I mean, when I watched
I thought it was like a couple weeks behind, or maybe like 1 or 2 weeks behind.
but that's pretty close.
yeah, that's no. I'm talking about Dr. Stone's the same day, like sub and dub.
Oh,
Yes.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
And Metallic Rouge, same day. Yes,
Wow, I
yes.
don't blame
I was when that first episode came out, I was like, oh, they got it dubbed, and I was like, I checked it out. It's not bad. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not bad.
They
Dubbed.
jump
but
on it right away.
yeah, but I want you guys to tell me what is your opinion on sub and dub? Like, for instance, me personally, I watch subbed because I'm too impatient for certain things. You know what I'm saying? I want to watch it. That's why I said to read manga, because I'm really impatient. When the season ends, I want to know what's going on. So sometimes I don't feel like waiting 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Like for Undead Unluck, the dub came out maybe like 3 or 4 weeks. No, actually more. It was like a month and a half.
Oh wow.
Yeah, since the first episode aired.
So it's only a couple episodes behind.
They're like 10 episodes.
Oh, 10
behind.
episodes
Yeah,
behind.
maybe it's probably like 7 or 8. Yeah, it's there's a good gap. So I don't like waiting. That's one thing. That's how I feel about watching sub. What do you guys? I know Dabir, you watch everything subbed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You prefer that over the dub now. Is there a reason?
Over the dub now, yeah. Well, I've got comfortable with the Japanese voice actors.
Okay.
The text too. Like I didn't really think about it until I was talking to you. How the dubbed and the subbed
The translation?
Yeah, the translation is different. They change it up.
You got something?
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, you have to, because like the cadence of the language is like different. So then you have to, like, in order to make it make sense and to make it flow, which I think was the problem with dubs back in the day, was that things would just get translated word for word, as opposed to translating it into the cadence of the language, because every language has its way of speaking and saying things.
Right.
Like
some
in the
languages,
like Spanish.
yeah, like some languages are more poetic and some languages are more direct, and
Or things are said backwards.
like
jugo de China. You don't say juice of orange. You know what I'm saying? You say orange juice. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things that, like, it's hard to translate certain things in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, like you said, with the cadence, it loses its moment. Like, it loses that ambiance. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
It
can
lose-
see what
Because there was, like I said, with Fire Force, when I was I'm reading the manga, and that one part where Arthur, it was hilarious. Like, I died reading that part. It was so funny. And then when I saw it coming up in the anime, and I'm watching it dubbed, and they kind of changed it, and it
But
wasn't.
there's no reason to. It was in English.
That's
You're reading it.
right. But it was weird how they changed it, because now I want to see how it is subbed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's true to form, how it's worded in the manga and subbed compared to dubbed. You know what I'm saying? They definitely changed that dialogue, which I was like, ugh.
It's like you already read it in English. Why not just say it just like that?
Because I think it flowed. I think it flowed pretty good, honestly. You know what I'm saying? It was, they were coming at one of the characters' intelligence, and he thinks he's a knight, and he wants to slay dragons, or it was funny.
And another thought too, though, just like as an actor, sometimes when you get a script and something doesn't fit your voice, sometimes you have to alter it a little bit so that way it fits, because sometimes you can say things and it might just sound so awkward.
Kind of improvise.
Maybe not even improvise, but just, alter it in the script so that way it fits the actor's voice, which
I get it.
that happens too. So
Yeah, I mean,
or maybe they improvise. I don't know.
Whatever they did, it was wrong. Like, no, I shouldn't.
It was just wrong.
I shouldn't say it was wrong, but like that moment didn't hit as well as
ruined it for them.
Yeah, it did. It did. Like, I was just like, I was kind of hoping they, like you said, the manga's in English. For them to change the whole thing up in the anime was just like, because I thought it would have been hilarious. If I would have seen that and actually heard it in the anime. But for me, the advantages of dubbed, is very simple, I think, because when there's a character, because not all anime characters are from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So when there's a character from a different country, I love to hear the accent of the character.
And when you brought that up from
Zam.
yeah, from Zam, I'm like, you know what? I don't get that anymore since I
Yeah.
watched Sub so much. I'm like, I forgot about that.
The
Like,
German accent.
yeah.
Beatrix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
it's
sounds
always
regular in the sub version.
Right.
well, you can't tell.
Can't
You
tell.
can't
Exactly,
tell.
you can't tell.
Because maybe they can tell. You know, the
right,
Japanese
right.
viewership can probably tell. You know, say, oh, they're using the accent, while we can't get that. You know what I'm saying? We don't get that. So, like, it was cool to see. Oh, I should say, hear Beatrix, and there's another character that is not like it's from a foreign land, but it's just cool to see that. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to see that different vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you hear like whoever was doing that voice, I don't know if they're German or not, but if they're not, it was impressive. Like it was a really good German accent that they put on Beatrix. You know, also too for dub, because when there's so many information that's being thrown at you, it's always nice to hear it in English.
Yeah,
you
'cause
know what I'm
got
saying?
sub letters at the bottom, at the top, some on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
pause it for that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you know you got so many conversations, and then sometimes like even so with Chozo and JJK when they're describing his technique, the blood manipulation, I was like, yo, what is this? Like you know they're hitting you all type of scientific facts and everything.
Yeah.
You just are just like, okay, I didn't get any of that. You know what I'm saying? Then you have to watch it two or three times, and then you're just like, okay, like maybe I get it. And then when you watch it dub, you're like, well, that wasn't too bad. You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of like you feel like it's simplified, but
Yeah.
you know when you got to read it, it sounds more complicated than what it is.
Yeah, I had to read it first and then rewind it and actually watch it.
You never watch anything anything subbed.
No.
Anything dubbed?
Nothing dubbed.
Dubbed. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
dubbed.
Yeah.
Is there? Do you not like the voice acting, or
You know, I'm
is
so-
it the dialogue?
I'm so used to
Oh,
it
okay.
that I don't even think about it, and I'm like, I already watched it. Unless I really want to rewatch it, then I'll try it in dub.
Yeah,
but
no,
not really.
no, doesn't. Yeah.
I think the only thing I'm watching dubbed is Classroom with the Elite.
Are you?
But
are
I
you
know
watch-
right now, up to date, it's subbed. Because I watched the first 2 seasons subbed.
Yeah,
No,
there's
dubbed, because sub
Yeah.
seemed confusing.
there's a lot of information in Classroom Elite, which I'm trying to get you to watch. D. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean-
it's on the list. It's on
No,
the list.
I know you got a lot of other things you're watching.
I know.
Are you
Reading
almost,
and watching.
you almost done with Spy Family?
I'm still toward the beginning of the second season.
Are you watching it dubbed or subbed?
Subbed.
Okay.
I've been watching it subbed.
And here's another thing too. I watched all of season 1 of Spy Family dubbed,
Okay.
and I love how they put the personalities. You could tell like the personality or the characteristics. Like Anya's voice dubbed is amazing.
Aww.
She has the lisp.
Yeah, the list.
You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you watched the first season subbed?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing subbed.
Check out an episode or two.
Oh
or something.
yeah. I think season 2's got to be dubbed. It's got to be dubbed by now. Yeah.
Because like you'll see it when she's pronouncing certain things. Like you'll read
In
it
subbed?
a certain way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And but it'd be different to actually hear it.
The voice actor that does her voice dubbed is amazing. Like it captures the character.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like it's so spot on. Like it's how I would think of. How old is she? Like 4 or 5?
Isn't she 6?
6?
Yeah, she's in first grade.
Yeah, it's how I would think a 6-year-old would be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they captured that, and I think for me subbed, I wouldn't be able to catch that. You know what I'm saying? Like that personality. You know what I'm saying?
because like she was saying they they type it out like that. Or whatever.
Right, right.
It was something too that I kind of wondered because I'm like, she's 6. I'm like, she's too old to be talking like that.
Like
but
properly.
then 6-year-olds they can pronounce things a lot. They don't tend to mispronounce things as much.
Right.
Unless it's maybe like a bigger word or a newer word to their vocabulary. But then it made me think like, okay, maybe she has something going on.
Right,
like with her
right.
speech, but now
Right.
that you mentioned that, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, she
So,
has a lisp. It's really so hilarious.
I love that.
And I love the way
I wonder if
said,
they mentioned that in the beginning.
I don't think they mentioned that at all.
Yeah, because it took me by surprise when I saw like, oh, she's got a lisp on here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they mentioned it at all. It like because I watched it dubbed and they didn't mention anything of that. But
Interesting.
it's so wholesome. Like you know what I'm saying, and then you're just like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, she's so adorable.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, because Papa's a liar. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then certain things she says, it sounds raspy and just like, yo, it's like adorable.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. Like you gotta just watch it dubbed, and then you could see like how the voice character she just captures the character.
Okay.
The voice actor just captures the character. It's so amazing. It's great.
Okay.
But that's just kind of how I feel about sub and dub. Honestly, like it's nice to get that. And like I said, sub you watch it in its truest form, how it's aired, how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But it's always nice to get the little things out of dubbed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
true.
Anya's lisp and certain characters' accents and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't get that with subbed. That's how I look at
Interesting.
it. But yeah, I mean that's how I look at it. I mean, anybody else has anything else to say?
I probably have a more selfish reason for watching things subbed, and that's because if I do watch them dubbed, then my husband's gonna watch them dubbed also. So if I watch things subbed, it's like he can't keep up with the reading because his English isn't that great.
Okay.
So,
So it's yeah.
I was like, I just want to watch this and not wait for him. So yeah, that's
You
why.
gonna be calling? Are you coming home yet? I
'Cause-
gotta wait.
That's what happened with My Hero. And then he's like, I was watching it dubbed and he got so into it. And he was like, and I'd be watching it. He came home one day. He was like, "You're watching it?" And I was like, well yeah. Like, he's like, "Oh, how come you didn't wait for me?" And I'm just like, okay, like no problem.
So anywhere there trying to hit play, like
He gets out of work at 11 at night.
You
I'm
ain't
just
trying to
like,
stay up. You ain't trying to stay
Dang,
up.
I gotta stay up to like we watch this like 3 a.m.
Oh my god.
But you know what I'm saying? I gotta go to work the next day. But I'm just like,
now while you were waiting, was that when you were reading more often?
No, I don't remember because that was a few months ago. So I don't remember what I was doing. I may have just been watching something else, like I don't know.
Gotcha.
One of my shows that I always watch, like King of Queens.
Yo.
Right now I'm on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, okay.
Great show. That's a great show, too.
Yeah. I love a good sitcom.
Every time they're on, playing that for a little
The
bit.
classics though, like the ones from like 20 years ago. That's what I'm.
But going back to My Hero, I like watching it dubbed. Sub is great. Don't get me wrong, but I like watching it dubbed because I get the essence of the All for One character, like his aura. You know what I'm saying? Just how he like I just like the way how the voice actor sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's real deviant, like he's real into the character, but it's like a very nonchalant, evil, sadistic kind of way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like to see how these guys capture the character. Watching AOT, it's tough. It's very tough because I feel like it's a hard
to watch a dub.
Yeah.
Yes, because I don't think a lot of people know. Like I don't think they have a good direction.
It's older though, isn't it?
No.
It's
What do you
not
mean by
older?
older? Like okay, it's a
Like
10-year-old
10 years,
anime. Yeah, but it's not.
I mean,
Like-
there was like Death Note was incredible, right? Dub.
That's okay.
Code
Okay.
Geass.
Oh, okay. So 90s dub. Okay, I get what you're saying, but it's not. No, it should be okay to watch. Like
It's like 2010s, right?
yeah,
It's still
I
kind
think
of hit or miss.
yeah,
It could still be like hit or miss. Then.
It was it.
Like 2008 or 9.
No, it lasted for
first
10
one?
years. So I think it just finished last year. So 2013. That's when the first anime came
Okay.
out. So it should be good dubbed. And I get it. That's another thing too. 90s dubbed. Listen, I don't care what it says. We watched it. We all thought
did.
it was cool.
We did.
Going back and watching 90s dubbed.
We did.
The Hakusho dub was good.
No,
too.
yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Yu Hakusho is good. But that
Yeah,
was
there was some Cowboy
Hakusho-
Bebop, you know?
Bebop,
yeah.
Dragon Ball Z. But watching
Dragon Ball Z.
Outlaw Star
It
dubbed.
was all right.
No,
Dragon Ball Z. Okay, I haven't rewatched it. Since
Are you
I was a
serious?
kid.
No.
No, I haven't. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
I
saying
haven't.
Dragon Ball Z dubbed was awesome.
All right, I had to rewatch
Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z dub was great, bro.
it. All right.
It was awesome.
I'd have to rewatch it.
Yeah, it was great. I liked it.
There's definitely some that are bad, but then some
Like-
that are
Outlaw Star.
great. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I tried to rewatch Outlaw Star because it was so great Well, it was like it's nostalgic.
Yeah, we
I
loved
could've-
it at the time.
I couldn't get past the second episode.
It was that bad.
Really? Why didn't you watch it subbed?
I should, but I was like, no. Like I'm so distraught right now.
Yeah.
My childhood was like a lie.
Yeah.
That one was
could see
bad. What else was? Oh, I've been watching Gundam Wing.
Okay. How was it done for that?
Ugh.
Not good.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's not. It's 90s dub, so it's just like
Okay.
But
Okay.
I was watching it. Was it yesterday or Thursday? I was watching it Thursday, and Tiny Son Daniel Deej. I'm sorry, Deej was on. He was watching it like he was kind of like just sitting there doing his work, and he was like, "Yo, what's wrong with them?" Kind of like it's like 90s dub, bro. Like
They were still working out the kinks.
yeah. It's not the same.
There were some gems. There were some gems.
Yeah, like Yu Yu Hakusho was great. Bleach. Oh no, well Bleach wasn't much 90s. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's
That was
2000s.
It's
2000s.
2000s.
Yeah.
One Piece. Okay, the four kids.
Oh, geez.
The,
I was gonna say.
the four kids was bad. Yes.
That's also early 2000s.
99.
Yeah, but that was in Japan.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah. So, but I mean, like we said though, there were some great dub moments. There were some great dub animes, but
Yeah, I said Bebop.
yeah, Bebop was
Bebop.
definitely Bebop was that.
I've never watched it sub.
I never watched this sub either. I don't think I ever will. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
wouldn't
That
either.
might be good.
Yeah,
I wouldn't either.
I think Bebop and Yu Yu Hakusho are two that I will never watch sub, just because the dub is so great.
Yeah.
Like Justin
It's
Cook.
iconic though too. The dub is iconic for it's iconic for us.
Yeah.
who-
Yeah.
who
grew up in that time.
That's what I'm saying. I think just watching that, like I said, Justin Cook, Chris Sabat, Cynthia Kranz, they all did great. Like they were great voice actors. There's some of them still voice act today, and they do amazing jobs. You know what I'm saying? They're probably those are the voices for us growing up. You know,
our
what I'm saying?
generation.
Of our generation, and it's great. Like they did a lot of great things.
I will say I wanted to tell a story about this. The only thing I thought about for when you were saying about sub and dub. So I remember because when we were kids, everything was dubbed,
Yes.
right? On Toonami, on Adult Swim, whatever, everything was dubbed, right? And when you're a kid and anime wasn't like very accessible in the early 2000s, so I remember me and it was me and our other brother Eric. We were flipping through the channels, right? Just looking for any type of anime, anything we could find. Like we were just like hoping, like, please let there be some anime on TV. And we just happened to stumble on TCM, which was doing a Hayao Miyazaki film festival, and they were just showing like Hayao Miyazaki movies, right? And we were like, oh wow, this is really cool because we could tell it was the anime, right? It was old school, but it was the anime. And we're like, oh, this is so cool. It was Castle in the Sky, which, oh gosh, I love it. I know. It's such a great movie. And I remember they start talking, right? Because we caught it right in the beginning. They start talking and it's subbed. And that was our first time really watching something subbed. And we were so mad. We were just like, dang it. Like, how did this, we finally find something that's in Japanese. So we're just like, you know what, whatever. We're just going to watch it for a little bit. It took us 5 minutes before we were just completely into it.
Yeah.
And we were just like, at some point, we were just like all emotional. Like, I don't even care that it's in Japanese. I love this.
That's
like,
awesome.
And I felt the same way because the first subbed anime or the first sub that I saw was Naruto. Like
Was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I'm going through everything. Was that?
Shippuden?
Yeah, Shippuden. It's because I think I watched everything dubbed. And they got to a point where everything was in dubbed and it was subbed. And I was like, oh, I gotta read. This sucks. And I was like, but you still are captivated.
Yeah.
Because, and I think one thing, and I've shown a video clip to you, and I show a video clip to you, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it, Lito.
he didn't show it to you, but you've seen it.
Yeah,
But I'm,
probably seen it, but I didn't show it.
yeah, but I'm pretty sure you've seen it. Kenjiro Suda, he does the voice of Nanami for JJK. These voice actors are so involved or are so emotionally attached to these characters. You can tell, and then when he's in the studio and you see him actually like giving it his all, you just like you feel it with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, it's a different emotion compared to some dubbed. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, with AOT, there's a lot of emotion with AOT, and I think a lot of the voice characters for Japanese did a great job with the emotion. You know what I'm saying? And you're being invested. You're more invested when they're invested.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could just see that they're just so in tune to the character. The one character that I don't want. Are you gonna watch AOT? You might. Okay, I don't want to spoil it.
I mean,
She's
it's
gonna
just such a heavy undertaking. I'm just like, oh my god.
because there's a character that died, and the Japanese voice actor stopped watching the show because his character died.
Aww.
And he goes, yeah, in honor of the character, I'm not watching the show no more.
I wouldn't have done that, but that's still, I'll respect his decision.
But that's what I'm saying. Like for, you know,
I keep watching it.
Committing to the character.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
These guys are committed to the characters, and
Yeah.
that's why watching it subbed, you get all the emotion. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Like with Water 7, even though like I think
I was gonna say the lady that does Luffy's voice. Oh my gosh.
what about it?
You said Water 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no.
That-
She's just fantastic.
no,
Like,
She is. She
just
she's
brings
great.
it.
I forget that she's a female. I forget.
Right.
Yeah.
But that scene with Robin, I Want to Live, I could watch it subbed all day and
Yeah.
probably shed a tear. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so iconic. You
yeah.
know,
Oh my gosh.
it's just like you
They're all
feel
just like
it.
standing there. You standing there with
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yes.
You're
yes.
standing there with them.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
what is it gonna be, Robin? Woo.
He's like, you
Breaking
gotta
up
tell
the
me. You gotta
chills.
tell me. Yo,
Yeah,
but like I said, it's just you feel that. You feel the emotion. And there's some dubs like he's like, okay, yeah, I feel it. It hits.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like there's some that's like, okay, yeah, it's dull. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it loses its emotion, loses the ambiance of the character and of the anime. So, I mean, that's just how I feel. I'm pretty sure we all feel like that. You
Yeah,
know?
I like the authenticity of the subbed,
Yes,
of
yes,
Japanese,
yes.
voiceover.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Just to clarify, I didn't see it, so next time send me the video.
oh, you didn't see it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta show you. I gotta show you. It's you'll see it. It's great. Like,
But real quick before we move on, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
What had me in tears, a sub or a dub that had me in tears every time though, is Assassination
Bang.
Classroom.
Okay. Oh, that was great.
Oh
though.
my gosh, that dude, the end.
I was
Oh
gonna
my
ask you
gosh.
if you watched that sub or dub.
Now I gotta think about it. Like I remember being that emotional about the anime, but I can't remember if it was. dubbed
They
or
even
subbed.
translated
I
a
watched
song.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, he was singing a song in one episode, and they translated it.
Koro Sensei.
Yeah,
He's
it's fantastic.
I love Koro Sensei.
can't remember.
You
Oh,
ever
yeah,
watched that
it's the
animated
best.
though?
No, I still have to watch that.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, it's so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's so good.
It is. That was great. Dub.
I wasn't
Tears
expecting
streaming
it to be
down.
that good because I looked at it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've seen this. I've seen Kodo Sensei, and I'm just like, I've
looks
seen
silly.
him around before, but I
Yeah.
never knew who he was. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
let me check it out.
Yeah. I
Dragged me in.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was dragging after the first episode, and the
Yeah.
guy that does Koro Sensei is great.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
You said it
Yeah.
was a short anime,
Yeah.
so like
No, it's 2 seasons.
2 seasons.
Yeah, there's 2 seasons.
Was it 2 seasons?
Yeah,
Listen.
yeah. There's
What,
2
like
seasons.
25 each or something.
I'm not sure how many
can't remember
episodes.
either.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
that
good.
that dub was good.
I didn't want it to end actually.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it so
It's
much.
one of those.
No, the anime that made
Yeah,
sense
it was one of
great.
those. I
Like,
didn't
no,
want
I
it to
want
end.
more.
Yeah.
At the end, yes, yes,
Oh
yes,
my gosh.
yes. It hit me.
It was like those tears. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
Most emotional
Yeah.
moment in anime.
Oh.
or-
I thought you were gonna say bang.
Definitely top. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Of course. I feel like that goes without saying though. That goes without saying.
Steve Blum is a beast, boy.
Dude, that goes without saying.
Oh, remember
You know?
we met Steve Blum? Well, not, but we was in that Comic-Con
Yeah.
or that convention.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
That was great.
Yeah, see, the voice actor for Spike.
Nickel City Con.
Oh.
Yeah, Steve Blum. Yeah,
Yeah.
to see
Nice.
him there, that was
I
great.
know.
He
With
so
all the
good.
other '90s animes fans, we're just
Yes.
sitting there, yo.
Yes.
That was a good room to be in. I would tell
Oh
you.
my God.
the
It
vibe
was-
was dope.
It was so cool. It was so
Nice.
cool. And he's not. He admitted he's not an anime fan, but at the same time, he enjoyed doing that.
He's worked
That's
on a lot of them. But what I loved about what he said was that when he got the script and he was reading it, he was like, he realized real quick that it was something special. And he was like, I had to learn how to act all over again.
Wow.
He's like, because I knew that this character, he was like, this character is something special. He's like, and I can't mess this
Ooh,
up.
Chills.
Yeah. Yo, that was so, I'm like, yes, absolutely. But he's done a lot of
Yeah,
like, voiceover
Trigun.
work.
What else? I can't remember. I know Trigun's one of them.
He was the freaking robot. What was that robot's name?
For
Toonami.
Oh, Tom.
Tom.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
really?
Tom. Yeah. I always forget he's Tom.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Tom was cool.
That's why I was like, dang, he said dang when he said
Yeah,
the
he
last
did
thing.
say
I was like, dang, he said
Oh,
dang.
I sent you that reel. Remember, I sent you that too. I'm sorry, Lito. I did send you that.
Oh, dang, Lito.
Typical,
Because-
man.
Dang.
I think subconsciously he feels like he sent it to me, but doesn't check.
But it's like Instagram. I don't really communicate
you
with
feel
Lito on
better, Lito.
Instagram.
Oh yeah, I'm not on Instagram. all
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
he's not on Instagram all like that.
But he sends me ESPN videos on yes.
I should have sent you someone TJ McConnelly going in, boy.
2 points.
Anyway,
Continue.
but no, but I always forget he does Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Toonami was so great. It was like that's our big childhood.
I
It
know.
was great.
Seriously.
I think our next child talk is gonna be Toonami.
4 to
Ooh.
6 every day.
The next, yeah,
Tsunami and Adult Swim. Those are both of those.
yeah. We're gonna talk about the iconic animes on
The
Toonami.
good times.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I think we're gonna jump into our lunch break topic. Jump into our top 3 duels, personally per se, of anime. So before we get into our personal list, all of us, I think, mostly agree. Gon and Killua are probably the best duel in anime.
Yeah.
I was because
Yeah.
I was on the fence with Dabir. I don't know if that's how you think, but
Because when you told me it's gonna be on duos, they actually popped in my head, and also I would take the time to think like who like actually work together while fighting, not just being together while fighting
Right.
or being next to each other or something just come up so they have to, like who actually takes the time to coordinate their attacks with each other, and they were the first to pop in my head.
yes, I would never have thought Gon and Killua unless my sister pushed me to watch this anime. She did.
Told you.
She did.
I told
And now
you.
I'm all about Gon and Killua.
Yo,
I really am.
Listen,
I really
how
am.
can you not be?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna, of course, that was my first. And then he said top 3 too. I was like, okay, we're going to Killua, of course. And then after that, you were like, okay, well, we're just gonna all say going to Killua, so we're just not gonna say. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
right.
oh, dang.
It just makes it because you would have said Gon and Killua, Lito would have said Gon and Killua, I would have said Gon and Killua. So it's a consensus pick.
Yeah.
You know, say it has to be.
Yeah.
You know, and then like I said, like you always like Dabir, you always like to find different ones, which is cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know deep down, like you agree, Gon and Killua.
Yeah, they were there, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I'm not the only person that thought that.
Right. So, real quick, we're gonna explain. Like you said, they not only do they coordinate attacks, but their relationship is very you can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Because as kids, hey, I'm 12. Yeah, I'm 12 too. Oh, wow, you're the same age. You know what I'm saying? And then the one kid does something cool. Oh, that's cool. And now you're just drawn in. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
like your first child, like your first best friend.
yeah.
That's you guys. That's just Lito and Will.
Yeah. Well,
Aw.
it was kind of weird. Like not weird.
Remember they want to beat me up.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
But
man.
kids are being kids.
Yeah.
I
But
think I'd beat Killua.
you would be Killua.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a stretch, but okay.
Think I'm gone?
Well, Gon is great too, but I don't think you'd be either.
Oh, well, who am I in this this relationship? Hey, Oreo?
You'd be like, That's also great though. He's also great.
No,
So it's
no,
fine.
no,
He's all right.
Yeah,
But
that's funny.
real quick, I'm going down the line. That's like I said, just their relationship. The way they are with each other, and then you can see the development in their relationship. That's why I think Gon and Killua are just such a fantastic duo. They are my favorite duo. D, what do you think?
I mean, same. I love the innocence. I just love how sweet they are, and it's like I love what Gon brings out of Keel.
Well, yeah, Kill wasn't very emotional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
And
was
then-
brought up not to be.
Yeah, he was brought not to be, and then we talked about this in the first episode he was on, our Golden Killua episode. But yeah, for Gon to bring that emotion out of Killua, to actually have a bond with a person, and I think Killua was searching for that too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something he was missing from his life.
Right,
Yes.
and I think he at a young age he realized it too. Because he tried to befriend the butler girl.
Right.
And
He wasn't like the others.
No.
He
He wasn't like any of his other family members.
wasn't like the others.
No, but he had more potential than most of
know.
them.
Yeah.
And his mom saw that, and his mom was trying to.
She was so obsessed with trying to make him a killer.
Yeah.
Which he is. He's a
No.
killer. He's definitely a killer.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys? I think you said it. Dabir, you said. Lito, what do you think about Gon and Killua?
I think they're one of the top. Also, I wasn't gonna have them at number one. I was gonna have them around the, like 2 or 3, but just how they complement each other.
Yeah.
And I liked how Killua didn't have any friends, but he did have, what was it, Canary, the butler? Like she tried,
girl,
she tried her best to try to
Oh,
make him not
that's her name. The little.
Canary. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I love the design too.
Yeah.
She was the one who was trying her best to not make him feel lonely, but just never worked.
Yeah, from a distance. She was trying to befriend him from a distance, and she always cared for him. You know what I'm saying?
It was the station. She
Yeah,
knew her station,
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just like that once she saw Gon, she knew instantly, like, oh, this guy's really gonna
right.
bring the best out of Kilo and be real friends with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
It was like I said, it was very nice to see that. It is cool. Like I saw one thing on Instagram that says, and a lot of people had told me this too, that Killua always walks behind Gon because he doesn't feel he's up to the standard of walking next to him. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of symbolic on how he feels. It's interesting to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because Killua, I feel like Killua owns so much to Gon. You know what I'm saying? Because of what Gon, has given him as as friendship. He gave him a friendship, he gave him a brotherhood. And he always stands behind him or walks behind him because he doesn't feel he's how could I say, like he doesn't feel worthy of being next to him. You know what I'm saying? And that's an interesting, like I never thought about that when watching this anime, but that's why Killua is always behind Gon. But it's just cool. Like their dynamic is just so, it's like I said, it's so relatable. You know what I'm saying? So I love that anime.
Yeah.
I changed my top 5 animes.
Had to.
I think we're gonna talk about it off air because I don't want.
Yeah, that's a whole. Oh my
That's
gosh,
a whole
that could
other
be a whole
thing,
other
yeah.
thing. Yeah,
But yeah,
I think we already did actually. Part of the intro, we were
Yeah.
talking about Hunter x Hunter. But okay.
But no, yeah, it's so great. Like, and those, like I said, the relationship between those two are so it's iconic. It really is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So who wants to go first? You want me to go first? Any guys want to go first?
No matter to me.
I'll go first.
Yeah, host, do it. Go.
Okay, I'll
Go
go
ahead.
first. So I don't think I have an order. I don't have an order for this.
Well, yeah, because going to Killing got taken
Yeah,
away. So
that's what I'm saying.
messed up the order.
Yeah,
Like,
so I don't. So my order, I'm just gonna throw them out there.
Yeah.
But real quick for me, my third, I'll say one of my favorite duels, and this is, this one is definitely. I was watching this anime and I'm thinking, wow, the way they complement each other is so dope. Senku and Chrome.
yes.
I really didn't think about it until I watched, and I've watched, like, I'm caught up, I'm current, you know what I'm saying? I watched this past season, and there's times where, and it's not many times, where Senku is stumped on something, and then Chrome just, you know what I'm saying? He comes clutch.
Yes.
He comes,
He does it a few times.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
He sure
The
does.
excitement in Senku's face, like, you're right,
Right.
Chrome.
Oh, I love
You're
it.
10 billion% right.
Yo, that's so spot on.
Love
That's so
it.
spot
Yeah.
on. And I look at Senku. He looks like I feel like Senku looks at Chrome like a brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, like it's not just he's the prodigy, or not a prodigy, but he's my predecessor, right? Kind of just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? He's my
He's a comrade. Like,
yes,
he's a-
yes.
He definitely respects his intelligence from just on its own, you know,
Right.
because
Because it's not as advanced
Right.
as Senku was when, say before the world got petrified.
Yeah.
Right.
It was, he's just like, yo, from how they have what they have here, right? After the whole petrification, say for him to think outside the box, Senku, I think he kind of is like, not admires, but he's like, oh, Chrome got something.
I can see what you
Yeah.
mean about predecessor, because that's how the scientists were, right? At first, it's like it's all just the natural curiosity.
Ah, yes.
You know what I'm saying? And he would gather materials and gather all these different things,
Yeah.
and like
There was times where Chrome would come up with an idea and Senku was like, "Yo, okay," like he's like, "Yo, you got something." Like Senku feels like Chrome is catching on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and rapidly.
he is.
Rapidly.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah. So
He's so excited to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what gets Senku excited.
He definitely loves having him by his side when you need him.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
He can see, and he has Taiju, and Taiju's cool. You know what I'm saying? But he relies on Taiju for other things.
Yeah.
I think
Strength.
he relies on Chrome. You know what I'm saying, for the real big situations. I think.
And he's a scavenger. Like
Yes.
he's just he's like, okay, what do you have in your in your collection? He looks through his
in
stuff.
your inventory.
And he just he'll find the thing that he needs.
And I'm telling you, my favorite character is Ryusui. I love Ryusui, the greediest man alive. Ryusui's that boy. But it's funny with the one day D you text me, you say, "Yo, Chrome's my boy." I was like, I can respect it.
Yeah.
Chrome is dope. Like Chrome is that dude.
His outside
Yeah.
of the box thinking, it just is. How can you not? How
Right.
can you not?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Chrome is cool. He's a good character.
Quick question. Before I say something, how much are we talking about the anime?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna try not to get into.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I'm
actually-
like, let me not, like, I don't want to spoil things in case.
because
like,
are you
people
still
who are
on the Stone
listening-
Wars?
No, I'm past that.
Okay.
Slightly past it.
Okay.
I just, but I haven't continued because
Okay.
I've been reading a million other things.
Right.
So
So you see what happened to the antagonist of the Stone Wars, right?
Yes.
He got
Okay.
frozen. They kind of crowded him.
yes.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, are we talking about it or are we not talking about
I'm
it?
just
Because you just said it.
I know, but I was curious to see where you were. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because I don't know. I don't
'Cause
know
you
what I
said
can
you
say and what I can't say.
No, because you said you.
Because I want to be like, oh, Chrome this and that. But I'm like, okay, well, let me not,
Well, So
People
where
are all
are you?
caught up, right?
Are you just finished the Stone Wars?
Yeah, but
Okay,
I was.
But we're an arc ahead of you.
No, I know.
The anime.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
anime
yeah.
is way ahead
Yeah.
from where I am.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm not gonna say much because I don't want to spoil it for you.
No, I'm saying for the listeners. That's what I'm
I'm
talking
pretty
about.
sure most of the listeners are where we're at as far as
Oh,
anime.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, catch up.
Guess it's just me. I'm
Yeah,
behind.
it is just you. It is
Sorry.
just you. So catch up. All right. No, but yeah, Senku Chrome. Like I said, the one time I was watching it and I'm just like, Senku was thinking about something and Chrome's like, hold on, I got it. And it's like, yo. And then also too, they feed off each other's energy. I like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of duel. It's a different type of anime. It's not just, hey, we're fighting, we're duking it out. It's a lot of mental, and they just, like I said, they feed off each other's energy. And I think those two characters relate to each other a lot. So it's a good duo. It really is. Yeah. That's one. Another one that from a smart duel to probably a dumb duel, Yusuke and Kuwabara.
From
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, see, I haven't seen you since I was a kid.
Yeah, well, those are the two characters. Those are two main characters.
Okay.
Yusuke Urameshi and Kuwabara. I can't remember. Kazuma Kuwabara.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Oh my gosh, that's one on my list. I got to rewatch because I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
It's
For
great.
sure.
It's
Oh my
great.
gosh, yeah.
Like I said, they're not the smartest, but honestly though, like I love how they complement each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's some attacks like we talked about it in our dark tournament episode. They came up with an attack where Yusuke used the spirit gun and Kuwabara used the spirit sword to stab Toguro, even though it didn't kill Toguro, but you know what I'm saying? They're creative. But I love their relationship as far as like Yusuke feels like he's like the big brother.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
true.
he always has to protect
That's what it
Kuwabara.
seems like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's always protecting Kuwabara. Well, when they first did the anime, he was always beating up Kuwabara. You know what I'm saying? Because Kuwabara was always picking a fight
Without
with Yusuke.
a sweat.
Right. And yeah, he would make light work out of Kuwabara. But you could see like through the course of time, through the course of the anime, like he actually protected Kuwabara. And I think at times, how manly Kuwabara is, it kind of bothered him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But you could see like he really cared for Kuwabara.
Was he also like a soul? What are the word, like detective or what they were like soul? They were just like souls.
He
Just-
was
just
so
Yusuke.
Yusuke was a spirit detective.
Spirit
was
detective,
yeah.
okay.
But it was just him. But they all kind of just helped him out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Was he just a spirit too? Was he a
Kuwabara?
spirit? Yeah.
No,
Oh.
Kuwabara was a human,
Oh, he was-
but he had spirit energy, and they never explained. Like we talked about it before, they never explained how he got his spirit energy. But he's really more spiritually aware than Yusuke, which is weird.
Yeah, clearly one of his descendants had to be what can I call them?
Like some sort of something in the spirit world.
Yeah, because
'Cause
his
the
sister.
sister, yeah.
Yeah, because his sister. Yeah, I was just thinking
the whole Kuwabara family
Yeah.
is like a very high spiritually awareness. You know,
Kuwabara calls his the tickle.
yeah.
Oh,
He's very, Kuwabara is very simple, and then I think they're both simplistic, but Kuwabara is more simplistic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, they kind of just they do complement each other well. You know what I'm saying, at times, and like I said, it's always funny when they get together and they're always yelling, and Yusuke's calling them an idiot, and he goes, "I'll fight you, Mishi," and it's just like, it's so great.
That sounds cute.
It's a classic. It's a classic duel.
Mm-hmm.
So that classic duel compared to this classic duel, Luffy and Zoro.
Okay.
What more can you say about
Alright.
Luffy and Zoro?
Mm.
I think
There's plenty.
I mean, there's just plenty, but I mean, first and foremost, how loyal Zoro is to Luffy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
First mate, man.
Yes.
Mate.
Yeah.
So I mean, watching that nothing happened scene with Kuma and him taking, I mean, when I saw that, I was like, there's nothing needs to be said
at that point.
Yes.
Pain when
Yes.
he took the
He took
a
Luffy's.
portion.
No,
Yeah.
he took all of it.
He took all of it.
He took all of it. He
Yeah.
at first he did give him a portion of it, be like,
Yeah.
this is what you're gonna go through. If saying that's just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Zoro didn't even hesitate. He goes, "Yeah, I'm taking the whole thing."
Yeah.
Jumped
He goes-
right into it.
He goes,
Yeah.
"You're not taking my captain anywhere." You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, the loyalty's like at all time high.
I
You know
know.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you real quick? Do you guys feel like their dreams are synonymous with each other?
They're what?
Their dreams. Luffy becoming king of the pirates. Zoro wanting to become the world's greatest swordsman. Do you think they're synonymous with each other?
I think it's probably going that way.
Right.
But we still don't. I mean, like Zoro wants to defeat Mihawk. I don't know. I still haven't watched Wano, so don't even get on me about it.
No. I mean, we're
Okay.
kind of No, you're good.
Okay, but so will it? I don't, because Mihawk is a warlord, isn't he?
I'm not gonna say.
Okay,
anything.
all right.
There's something that's going on right now.
He was a warlord from
Okay.
what I remember.
No,
Yeah, from
Okay.
where you at? He's a warlord.
Yeah, he's a warlord.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So
There's-
from where I'm standing,
There's something that happens to the warlord systems after Wano.
okay.
Yeah.
So will they? Because right now, from where I'm standing, they seem like kind of two different. Where Luffy needs to go for his goal and where Zoro needs to go, but those things can, they can meet at some point.
Just to go back on the Zoro thing, remember in the time skip he trained with Mihawk supposedly.
Yeah,
So
that was annoying, but okay.
I didn't really like it either. I think I kind of get it, but I'm not too sure. But my theory is maybe he might have defeated Mihawk in that training. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who's to say?
It's a strong assumption.
Yeah.
But when we didn't see it,
Yeah, that's the whole thing that I'm going with that. You know what I'm saying? So, but the reason why I asked it there, because the whole promise, you know what I'm saying, with, Zoro and Luffy, how Luffy, was, how he first acquired Zoro on his crew, that is iconic. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is, Zoro saying, my ambition is to become, the greatest swordsman, alive, or the greatest swordsman ever. You know what I'm saying? And if that doesn't happen, if I have to abandon my dreams for you, then, you have to, kill yourself, basically. And Luffy's like, yeah, the greatest swordsman, I need nothing less. The king of the pirates need nothing less. And that's why I feel like, what I'm saying, when he becomes king of the pirates, Zoro's going to become the greatest swordsman.
Or will Zoro become the greatest swordsman and then Luffy will become king of the pirates?
Either or, it doesn't matter. It's I think it's synonymous with each other. They intertwine. You know what I'm saying? Ever since the promise, that it's to me it's one and the same.
I think
You know what I'm
Luffy's
saying?
gonna be second.
What is that?
I think Luffy will be the
Yeah,
second part,
just
'cause that's
just
how
for
it'll probably end.
dramatic effect.
You
yeah.
know what I would hope? I would hope that because I can't say because you're not there yet, but I will hope that it actually happened at around the same time.
Right.
Like the way I would like to see it, is just it's gonna happen around the same time. People, the groups getting together, and it's just
Like big battles.
yeah, and it's gonna kind of just like
think
he's
it's
over
that
there,
too,
he's
yeah.
over there, he's doing that. They're going this way. Them two have to fight type thing.
Right.
I don't want to say any more than that.
Yeah, I can't say more because somebody's not, haven't watched Wano yet.
Listen,
Get on
you
it.
weren't there.
Get on it.
Okay, I've been watching this since I was
weren't
13 years old.
Get on it.
13. Where
on
were
it.
you?
With the
Get
bad
on
guys.
Where were you,
Get
Will?
on it.
Okay,
Get on
where
it.
were you?
4 Kids is long gone.
Listen, to go from watching it when you were 13 to get to someone like Big Mom and she's going to be yelling
Wedding
wedding cakey
cakey.
for 20 episodes, you don't understand. You don't understand my pain.
You know what? I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
listen, Whole Cake Island was bad, but there were some good things about
There
Whole
were-
Cake
no,
Island.
there were.
There were some good things
Katakuri,
about Whole Cake
yeah.
Island. But
yep.
that
there were some great things, but
yeah.
it was
Actually, Deej, my girl's son, he's on Whole Cake Island right now.
okay.
And his favorite character is Sanji. All I gotta say.
Aww.
Yeah. So it's gonna be
That's
he's
a
gonna be
good
like, yo, this
Yeah.
is crazy. But real quick too, going back to Zoro and Luffy. And like I said, I watch a lot of reels and a lot of anime edits, which are great. I love watching those. They put the music and all that. It's so great.
Mm-hmm.
There's the one scene in Water 7, and you kind of bypass this because you're watching it and everything. But there's the one scene where Luffy has just defeated Usopp because they're fighting over the gold. And I know you don't really care about the whole
Fight
thing.
of the century.
Well, no, it was just the way you said it. He just defeated. I thought you were gonna say Rob Lucci, and then you said Usopp.
I thought he was about to say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they were fighting over the Going Merry. He just defeated Usopp, and obviously, and this is why Water 7 is so good because you kind of see a little bit of a dissension between the Straw Hats.
Right.
They're going through that, and then the whole thing with Robin, and then CP9, and then the Going Merry. There's so much that's going on, and
Yeah.
it was great, and
Yeah.
Oda put it together perfectly.
Yeah.
But with that particular scene, Luffy hit them with a final blow, and he said, "Okay, Usopp, we're done here. It was good. It was good. We had a good time. He's walking away." And you can see Luffy's conflicted because he has that relationship with Usopp.
Yeah.
And he's put his hat over his eyes and he's, crying and
Yeah.
Nami's crying and Sanji's kind of acting cool.
Yeah.
And Zoro's acting the coolest. But then he goes, listen, this is what it means to be a captain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you waver, who can we trust?
Right.
Zoro is the voice of reason for
Yeah.
Luffy. You know what I'm saying? And he did it again in Water 7 when he says, if you bring back Usopp, without him apologizing,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna respect you, Luffy. You're the captain, and we all know what Luffy's personality is. Luffy's a kid. He's very nonchalant about a lot of things, but and most of the crew's okay with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because what they do around that, kind of nullifies Luffy being Luffy.
Yeah.
But there's certain things where, as a captain, like Zoro's telling him, you got to take seriously.
Yeah.
And that's one of them. And
Yeah.
it's the voice of reason. It's like, Luffy, you know what I'm saying? You're the head of this crew. If we don't respect you, you have no crew, basically.
Yeah.
So it's always cool to see him putting Luffy in that perspective, in
Yeah.
that line. You know what I'm saying?
He grounds him.
No, he does. He
Yeah.
ground, and sometimes Luffy does need to be grounded because
Yeah.
Luffy be all over the place.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But it's nice to see how they complement each other. They really complement each other
Yeah.
in that way. So
Love
For
it.
that same dream. Or
Yeah.
the one dream that they
yeah,
had.
I said, that's why I feel like their dream is synonymous with each other because the promise and and obviously like we said like it's been well documented Zoro's the first mate. You know what I'm saying? So wherever Luffy goes, Zoro goes, and vice versa. So those are my 3. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right.
Go ahead.
So, all right. Again, like you said, mine are not in order because, You
Yeah,
know, a few of them were actually taken away from me. As I was like, let me see who other people are saying, because then I have to go down.
Yeah,
the list.
we don't want to all have the same. Similar,
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't want to have to. But anyways, so I actually had one. This one actually, I'm not gonna lie, it changed on the cuff. Okay, but the first one I'm gonna mention is Spike and Vicious. So Spike,
we're talking pre-time or like, you know.
well, that's where I'm gonna go with
Okay.
it, because Spike and Vicious, and that's something that Dabir said, kind of made me think. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do them because yes, like he was like, you know, two people that, you know, would attack with each other, or that would, you know, like fight with each other, alongside each other, not just be next to each other, but like, you know, actually work together.
Yeah.
And that was Spike and Vicious in their days in the syndicate.
Right.
You know, they were partners. They would, you know, do whatever they would do. I mean, obviously, we never went into too much detail as to
That's
like
what I say. Yeah.
what they would do, but we would see them like like the times when they seem the happiest, because, you know, you got like, you know, they're like next to each other shooting, and they're just looking at each other and smiling, like, you know.
Yeah,
you could tell they had a relationship.
Yeah, like there was some type of bond there.
Right.
And then I'm assuming Julia.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's probably the best bet to assume.
Julia.
You know,
came in.
among other things, she was probably the straw that broke the camel's back. You know.
Yes.
And then it went from these two people who were like bonded and like, you know, probably really like actually cared for each other, to two people that were like, the only way I will exit this world is if that person kills me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really insane to think about, you know, to go from one, you know, one end of the spectrum to the other. You know, so that's why when I think of them, I'm just like, that's an interesting duo. Obviously, when we watch them, they're enemies.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know, at some point they were a duo, in that their fates, I guess you can say, were always like intertwined.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
I think Spike realized it. He noticed it, and Vicious noticed it throughout the series. You can tell, you know, they, like you said, it was gonna go down. It was on sight.
Now that you're saying that was part of the reason, because we never really knew why Vicious wanted to find Spike so bad, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
Maybe he knew that unless this man is not on Earth anymore,
I can't live, basically.
right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like hindering his existence.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting to think to mention.
No, but that's an interesting thought, and I always say this too. I would love to see a prequel. I would love to see a prequel. You know what I'm saying? And to get some of the answers to these questions that I have, and what really happened between Spike and Vicious. And like you said, I agree. It had to be Julia, amongst other things. You know what I'm saying? They probably had different thoughts about the Syndicate and all that, about the Red Dragons, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I always say it would be nice to see a prequel and just see that bond between Spike and Vicious. I think,
grew,
huh?
how it grew and all
Yes, yeah. To see
how it grew, how it deteriorated.
yes, how it grew, the dissension and all that. It would be great to see that, you know, and then to see, you know, to see it breaking off, and then, you know, them. It's like, I don't know, like Anakin and Obi-Wan kind of thing, you know, where, you know what I'm saying, it's like, okay, you know, this is it, you know, now you gotta die kind of thing. So
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. I would have thought about that. I thought you would have gone with Spike and Jet.
Yes, remember I text you because they were on my list.
Yes,
and I was like, you know what? And I love them as a duo because they're a great duo. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was just something Dabir said that I was like,
because I think at times they kind of do their own thing.
I mean, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do, but they also have that, you know, where their presence, like their present time, is intertwined because they're both running away from something.
Okay.
They're both trying to get away from something.
Okay.
You know, where Jet was a little clear-headed about it, where he's just like, I just need to move on with my life. Where Spike was like,
and
you know.
and like I said before, my theory was that Spike went bounty hunting to look for Julia. You know what I'm saying? That's my theory on it. maybe to look for Vicious too, because he was after Vicious obviously for different reasons to kill him, but every time he hears Vicious, every time he hears Julia, Spike kind of throws everything off to the wayside, and he's gun ho on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I thought it would have been Spike and Jet, but I mean that's a good take on it.
The beef and bell peppers.
Yeah, but there's no beef.
No beef.
There's never any beef. There's never any beef.
Yeah, that's funny.
But okay.
But yeah, Spike and Vicious.
That's a good one.
That's
a good one. It's unique. It's unique.
Yeah, that's one of them. Another one I would say is Mustang. Colonel Mustang.
Yes, that's my boy.
And,
Roy Mustang.
Yeah, Roy Mustang and Lieutenant Colonel Hughes.
Yo, I'll tell you right now, if Gawi hears that, he's
excited.
He's gonna be excited. He loves Full Metal.
Like, yes.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah,
That's like for me, it's like top 3.
Yeah.
Animes, manga. I read the manga, so it's top 3 mangas for me.
The anime is just as great.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
Brotherhood is amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I did see the original, of course.
Yeah.
But I love them because the bond that they had and the influence that they have on each other. So again, they weren't necessarily a duo, at least when we saw in the anime. In their backstory, they were a little bit more of a duo. They were kind of like because there was another soldier that was along with, they were kind of like the 3 Musketeers, those two and this other soldier. Mm-hmm. But they had like this rivalry. If you ever read their backstory, they had like this rivalry, when they first met in training or whatever, and then that rivalry, because of this other soldier, turned into a friendship, because the other soldier was Ishvalan or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, they ended up kind of protecting him against some people that were that were bullying him. And it was like a whole thing, and then they found out, they realized that they had similar morals, and then unfortunately, with the Ishvalan War, the other soldier, he was kicked out of the military. There was a time skip. I want to say, I can't remember specifically if the backstory is. I know there are bits and pieces of it in the manga, and I was reading about it, and I couldn't remember if that whole thing was in the manga or if it's just like its own separate. Because I believe they did its own separate thing. Okay. But so they, this other soldier gets kicked out of the military because he's Ishvalan. Right. And then, they have that big war in Ishvala, whatever. And, they're basically just killing these people. It's a genocide. Right. And we know Mustang, and you see it in his backstory. It's kind of that, they definitely trauma bonded from that war because Mustang, he was used to kill large amounts of people with his alchemy, and they had him on the front lines just killing like mad people with his alchemy. And when he'll at some point he finds himself with this soldier or whatever who is just like, why are you doing this, but he's obviously, that Ishvalan soldier was on the other side at that point, shoots Mustang, and then Hughes shoots him, and it was one of those things, Mustang was mad at Hughes, but at the same time Hughes was like, well, what are we gonna do, right? So they had that trauma bond, even before that they were bonded, but that really brought them. But we know that in the anime, right, Mustang was all about changing the military. He wanted to become president so he could change the military and this and that, blah blah. Mm-hmm. Right? And Hughes was always had his back. Right. He was like, when you do that, he's like, I'm gonna have your back, basically. Mm. And I think that there was always just that how much they influenced each other. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, aside from just them being funny together, because they were always funny together. He would always show them the pictures of his daughter and be like, oh, look at my little girl, Alicia. Right? But they were, there was always that bond. And then when Hughes, am I allowed to say it? Yeah. Okay. So when Hughes, passes and he's killed, actually, he was murdered. That becomes Mustang's like whole his goal. He's like, you know what? I gotta find out who did this, because it's like, and I think that it drives him even more. Right. Because Hughes actually found out what they didn't want them to find out. He was the one, like, so there wouldn't have been that much of a story had he have stayed alive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So he was the one that found out everything without saying too much, I guess, for anyone that may not have watched it. I don't know. But, so he was the one that kind of figured out everything about like the Philosopher's Stone, all that stuff. He knew, and then they ended up killing him.
Right.
Because
Envy,
of it.
It was Envy, right?
It was Envy.
Okay.
Envy dressed as
His wife.
His wife.
He transformed into his wife.
Yes, and he couldn't not
Messed
dress
up,
that.
so
You're right. Transform.
messed up.
And he couldn't shoot her.
Yeah.
Right. Even though he knew,
because he loved his wife. And this is where I'm
Yeah.
going with this. And I have a couple of questions, but not a questions, but it's just a couple of things. It's so cool to see how they're two different people.
Yes.
Hughes is a family man. He loves his family.
Yeah.
Mustang's a playboy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love that contrast, that they have.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, so like I said, I'm a fan of reels. I love reels on Instagram. There's and I think I send you it. There's a reel with.
Sorry, Lito.
No,
Sorry, you didn't get this one, Lito.
I sent it to Daisy. I didn't send it to the beer either. I'm sorry.
I didn't get
I was
it.
just trying to say that make me feel better.
But it's Mustang, and when he finds Envy, and he's just snapping his fingers the whole, like he's burning up Envy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was very emotional.
Yeah.
It was very emotional. Because you could see the anger, the rage. Like he was just like, yo, you're done. You know what I'm saying? You killed my boy.
Yeah.
I'm killing you. He's out for blood. And then you see Hawkeye. You don't want to disrespect her. Hawkeye, and she's looking at the whole thing, and she's like, kind of, you could see like, the trauma that that because of what Mustang is going through and everything.
Yeah.
It was just so emotional. That whole scene was so great.
That was great. That was great. And I love Envy. And well, I'm not even gonna get into it, but just the way that whole thing ended, with how he turned out, and then they were like, we could still say this is that whole thing. Oh my gosh, I love Envy. Anyways, but yes, that was and just to see that, like, the trauma bond, but then the friendship that came from it, but then also what drives them. There's so many things.
Right.
There were so many things, and then even when Hughes died and. They get a couple ranks up, right? They get promoted a couple ranks because, you die.
Right.
And you get promoted a couple ranks. And then he's like, now I have to surpass you because, you're ranked so much higher than me.
Yeah.
It's just that drive. It's something about them. They're great.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah,
they're kind of that duo that may not actually be a duo, but to me they're a duo because I can't think of one without the other.
Right.
I
That makes
can't
sense.
think of one without the other.
In two, I would have thought it would have been Mustang and Hawkeye more of a duo.
That was another thought.
But
It's too obvious though.
But the way you explained it, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I definitely get it. So
I do like, but that was a thought. I'm like, dang, Mustang and Hawkeye. That's a great duo right there. Because she's always got to babysit him.
he always called her by her first name. She'd be getting mad.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
She's like, I can't. I have to babysit the Colonel.
Yeah.
I won't be able to do it. I have to babysit the Colonel. All right, and then my last duo. So excited about this one. That's why I left it for last. Dazai and Kunikita.
Oh my God, let's go. Wait, Lito, have you watched Bunko Stray Dogs? No, okay.
You haven't watched it, Lito?
Yeah, no,
Oh, you gotta watch it.
I think you'll like it.
Oh
yeah,
my
I
gosh.
think you'll like it.
I'm surprised that you haven't seen it because I feel like that would be something that you would recommend to us.
Yeah.
to watch.
I've heard you guys mention it before, like in conversation.
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
I feel
we
like
kept
you-
talking about it, like, oh, you watched Bungo Stray Dogs today? Like, yeah, I did.
Yo, that's so. I just read the light novel. This is kind of what got me like Dazai and Kunikita, because I just read the first light novel, which is Dazai's entrance exam, and I'm just like, of course they pair him up with Kunikita, right? Which is like opposite, night and day.
Right.
Kunikita, he's a man of ideals. He's very, particular about his schedule. Every minute of his day is scheduled out.
Right.
He has it all written in his notebook.
He's very organized.
Not even just a minute of it, like his whole life.
Right.
He's like, at this age he's gonna do this, at that age he's gonna do that. Like he's just, he gives himself a timeline for everything. He's very, where Dazai is the exact opposite. Dazai is in the office eating shrooms, you know what I'm saying? And just like, flirting with the girls and like getting there late and showing, like disappearing whenever, like, and they're just that. And how at first Kunikita was so and I feel like a lot of this was in the anime or in the manga as well. But at first Kunikita was so turned off by Dazai. Because he was like, this guy, he's a derelict. He's lazy. He's like, what does the, because I forgot who referred him to the agency. It was somebody important though. It was like an important person that referred him to the agency. And he's like, what do they see in him? And then at the same time, he's like, he doesn't have, they can't find anything on his background. They couldn't, he was like, they were like, who is this guy? So he's like, but also he has the skill to nullify other skills. So he's like, okay, well, maybe it's just that. He's trying to figure out what is it about this guy. Until he starts working with them. And then he sees the potential, not the potential, the ability that he has, to connect these things, the knowledge that he has, which he's like, how do you know about that type of stuff? And just those types of things. What really sells me on this duo was that moment, and you guys, and if you've seen the anime, then when they switch opponents. Remember where?
Yeah, were they fighting the Port Mafia?
No, they were solving a case. The Port Mafia was loosely involved, but they weren't. It wasn't something that had to do with the Port Mafia.
It sounds familiar though.
Yeah, so it was like that one skill user that Kunikita was fighting. Yeah, and he was like, his skill was, he was just having a hard time with his skill, and then Dazai was fighting this just like really tough big guy. Yeah. And they're both struggling, right? And then they look and they see each other. And they're just like, it's like without saying anything, they just like jump, like, because Dazai's on the second floor and Kunikita is like down there like in a warehouse, and they just jump, to the opposite place, and they just, Kunikita starts fighting the big guy with his martial arts, and Dazai obviously nullifies the other guy. It was just, I'm like, that's it. Yes. Yeah. I'm like, that's it.
They knew, okay, you're better fighting him and I'm better fighting that guy. And they was like, okay, we're going to switch up now.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that part. I forgot who they were fighting to, because that was season 1. It was season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an interesting part. No,
that was so, I'm like, okay, that had me sold. And so when I'm reading it in the light novel, I'm like, okay, these two right here.
Yeah.
And there's another part too where Dazai almost gets framed for this crime that they're trying to solve. He almost gets framed for it. And Kunikita's trying to figure it out, right? So Kunikita makes a gun with his notebook. And I can't remember if this is in the anime or not. It might be. And he he points it at Dazai, and he's just like telling him like, this, that, these things happened. He's like, and what do you have to say about it? And Dazai is just kind of looking at him. He's like, listen, if you're going to shoot me, just shoot me. Basically, because Dazai knows. He's like this really smart dude, right? So Kunikita shoots him in the face, okay? But obviously Dazai, has a skill, right? And so we don't realize at first that Kunikita used the gun that he made with his ability. Right. And so Dazai's just laying on the ground, and at some point he's just like, all right, Dazai, get up. Just stop pretending. And he's like, oh, just a few more minutes. A few more minutes, And he's like, all right, come on, I know you didn't do it. Just get up, He's like, let's go. We gotta find whoever, whoever.
And that's one thing too. They, even though there's such a contrast in personalities, they respect each other.
Yes.
They do. They really
Big
respect
time.
each other. Yeah.
Big time.
And you can see, even though Kunikita's so fed up with Dazai, he's just like, dude, again. But he knows that he's a big part of the agency. Flip side, Dazai said Kunikita should be the next one in line to be president, and he is to be the president of the agency.
Oh, I love that.
And that when I heard that part, he goes, "The only man that's worthy." He knows Kunikita is worthy.
I love that they didn't even say it, and they just show Kunikita, and you're just like, yes,
yes. It makes so much sense. I got chills when I thought about that. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That was perfect.
Yeah, Lito, definitely check it out. I think you'll like it.
That's still going on.
Yeah. Right, Dabir, it's still going on, right?
Yeah, they still got to do a part 2 of where they at.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
I was gonna say, aren't they about to do another season or something?
Yeah. So it's good. It's
definitely check it out for sure.
Yeah.
So that's probably my number one for now.
Well, it's going to kill it. Like everybody's number one is going. Everybody in this table is going to kill it. But these are just other ones that we just definitely enjoy.
Yeah.
So who's next?
I'll go next.
All right.
Number 3, This is one that most of us watched, and I know you're more fresh on it, and you're more fresh on it, so you can help me out with the beginning. Mikey and Draken from Tokyo Revengers is a nice anime too.
So
I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's
one
I
of the
haven't even
newer
heard
ones.
of that one.
no, it's good. I started watching it. I had to get back on it. It's a redemption. It's a redemption show basically.
Came out like a few years ago,
Yeah,
so it's a little
yeah.
newer.
But-
It's at season 3 right now.
Yeah, season 3. Yeah,
What's it called?
Tokyo Revengers.
Avengers.
Revengers.
Revengers.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't even heard of that one. Okay.
Yeah.
So just Mikey and Draken and how they complement each other.
No, yeah, I do like how they come. And like I said the same thing for Zoro about Luffy. I'm gonna say the thing about Draken for Mikey. Draken is the voice of reason for Mikey because the one scene where they're in the hospital because you know the whole gang fight they were in and everything and. Oh no! Actually, no. What lead up to the gang fight was where the gang members got beat up and his girlfriend got beat up too. So the family of the girlfriend is in the hospital, and they go to Mikey and Draken, the father of the girlfriend, and he goes, "This is all your fault, you delinquents." And he's going on, and Mikey's like, "Yo, I can whip on this guy," like And then Draken's like, "Yo, just bow your head and take it because this is on us, even though you don't agree." It's on us. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna handle it our way. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take care of and we're gonna take care of these guys our way. So, Draken's definitely the voice of reason for Mikey for sure.
He's practically like his heart.
Yeah.
He helps him out.
Yeah. And Draken's probably the only person Mikey. Well, I should say it all the way around. Mikey's the only person Draken really respects. Mikey doesn't really. He doesn't really mess around. From what I can see, he doesn't really care about too many other people other than Draken, and then the main character,
Taniguchi.
Yeah. Which
Takamichi.
Takamichi. Yeah. So, but Mikey's a cool character. If you watch the show, D, you'll like Mikey.
Okay.
I think Mikey would be a good.
So,
yeah. I think Mikey would be one of your favorites. Because he's real cool. Like he's very nonchalant, but he's strong.
Okay.
Yeah, he's strong. And
Tokyo Revengers.
Yeah.
And then they got their little balance because there's another instance where Mikey really acts out of emotion and Draken, he's more of a thinker.
Yeah.
He'll think it out and then act accordingly.
Yeah.
So Pachan, if that was his name, when they're in that warehouse and he's about to give himself up and tell him to leave.
Yeah, with the
and
cops.
Mikey's like, no, we're not leaving you. We're going to stay here. And Draken thinks it out and he's like, we have to respect his wishes and take him out there. And he just gets angry at him.
Yeah,
Draken for doing that.
That's where I kind of left off at because they're kind of like at odds ends. Like they haven't been talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? They haven't really made up on it and everything. I think they had just made up. Like they just kind of got back together and everything. Where I left off. But yeah, Draken and Mikey are a good duo. They really are. And like I agree with you said. Like Draken's definitely he sees the whole picture of a situation and he's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Mikey acts on emotion. You know what I'm saying? He reacts. Yeah, he reacts to everything he sees, So that's a good duo. I do like that duo. At first he was gonna put him in, and I'm like, that's weird because you always talk about them. You know what I'm saying? When you get a chance, I'm thinking, and then when you say, I think we go Mikey and Draken. I'm like, okay.
They were a last minute one too.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what?
So
I've been
because,
talking about them.
Hold
I
on,
know,
There's a
right?
lot.
real quick, and I want your opinion on this because you have a very strong opinion.
Okay.
Because you were gonna do Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah, I thought about Goku and Vegeta as a duo.
Okay. Well,
You don't think Goku and Vegeta are a duo?
I mean, that's kind of like the same way that Mustang and Hughes are a duo, except that they're not friends.
But at first, listen. At first, though, you was like, "No, I can't." You don't look at Goku. You didn't look at Goku and Vegeta as a duo.
Me specifically?
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Yes,
about
you
Goku.
did.
When,
Yes, you
who
did.
What?
Putting
When
words
did
in your
I say?
mouth.
No,
When?
no.
When
you
did I say
You
that?
was like, "Oh, they're not really a duo because they don't fight with each other." That's what you said.
When did I say that?
Recently, not on the podcast. We were talking about it.
I don't remember it saying
Okay,
that.
there we
But
go.
okay, all right. But you know what? No. Now thinking about it though, I could see that because it's like they're basically cousins, right?
Yeah, I guess.
In a
Some way,
In
some
a
way.
way,
Yeah.
right?
Probably distant cousins. or
Yeah,
something.
You know.
yeah.
But I mean, they, there's that, they kind of, it affects each other.
Right.
I would say everything that Goku does affects Vegeta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but then it's going to affect Goku back. You know what I'm saying?
Because in the long run, Goku respects Vegeta.
Yeah.
He respects it, how he is as an individual.
Yeah.
All right. You did say that, but go ahead, Lito.
All right.
Number 2.
Excuse me.
Words in the mouth. But no, second one is from Haikyuu. Is Tobio Kageyama and Hinata Shoyo.
See, I haven't watched Haikyuu.
It's
It's a volleyball
anime.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I heard it's really good. I heard it's really good.
They have a lot of
excellent.
seasons.
Yeah.
And they're still doing more.
Are they?
Okay.
Yeah. So we have Hinata, who's like a striker. So he's the one that, tries to spike the ball for the points. And then Tobio, he's the setter. And right from the first episode, they meet. They're on screen. They're going to this new school. Forget the school. Karasuno High School. So they meet there. And they're trying to get into the team. But they're already bumping heads from the jump. So one is known as the king of the court, which is Tobio. And I'm pretty sure when we think of king of the court, we think he's like the best player on the court or something. But he got the king of the court for a wrong reason. He treated his teammates not like crap, but he would send them the ball, and if they didn't hit it or missed it or didn't get the point, then he'd take it out on them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he would say something like, "Oh, I gave you that perfect setup. You should have scored that way." And he would take it out on them, and then slowly they would kind of feel
some type of way.
Yeah, like micromanaging, but not.
Okay. Yeah.
And he gets hit real hard when it was like a match point for like win the game. He sets the ball up, and it just drops because nobody's there to hit it.
Oh.
And so he turns, and his teammates are just backs turned. You know what? We've had enough of this. And that's when he got that name. And for Hinata, he's a short guy. He's like maybe 5'6", 5'5", but he's really short. And his dream is to be like this guy called the Little Giant, who was also short.
So strikers are usually taller people?
Yeah, they're usually tall people.
Oh, okay.
But his ability, just like the Little Giant, he wants to be like him. He can really jump.
Oh, okay.
So he's got hops, pretty much.
Yeah.
But his problem, he can't hit the ball sometimes.
Okay.
So when they get together, Tobio finds a way to, since he's, extremely accurate, he's almost perfect setting up. He tells him to just close his eyes and I'll get the ball there to you. So every once in a while, he'll set it up to him. Shoei will come. It'll be perfectly right there no matter what he did.
Yeah.
So we'll get the point there.
Oh, okay. And, so he makes so he puts him in a spot where he's gonna always succeed, basically.
Always, yep.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Interesting.
So they say they develop this they call it like a quick attack, where the setter touches it, gives it to the striker, and it's like in an instant. As soon as he sets the ball up, it's smacked down for the point.
Oh, okay.
So they develop that little attack right there, and it gets better and better throughout the series. And even up till now, they're rivals, but can't really consider them as friends. So all these seasons that they're, on the same team, seeing each other almost every day.
I was going to say, they're on the same team. Okay.
They never hang out outside of school, but they're always competitive. And you can say that their love for volleyball and their stubbornness is what really brings them together.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But it's a really good anime, though.
That's one anime Ito was trying to give me to watch.
Yeah, he was going really hard. You guys got to watch Haikyuu. This thing is amazing.
Yeah, he vouched
I haven't
for
seen
it.
a lot of sports animes. Actually, maybe I've probably only seen one in my whole entire life, and I can't remember which one it was. But, okay. Yeah, that sounds interesting.
There's a movie coming out this year for that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Right? It's coming out this year?
Yeah, there's two. One this year, and who knows when the next one is.
Oh, okay.
But it's supposed to be like the end of the arc.
The series? Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's cool. That's cool.
No, there was this one cool moment where Ito mentioned it a lot before any of us watched it. He said something about, "Oh, my favorite moment is in this Haikyuu anime, but you guys got to watch it." And he told nothing about it, so we just knew there was a moment. When I saw the scene that I saw, I texted him and I showed him, pics of the images of the scene, And it was my favorite moment when I saw it. And it was like, dude, that's the one I was talking about. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah. You already know. You already know.
That's dope.
But definitely check out Haikyuu one day.
Yeah, I'm about to check it out.
I have it saved too. It's so weird. I watched a couple episodes, enough to know what you're talking about. But for some reason, I kind of fell off of it. I'm just like,
okay.
I usually don't let myself do that, so I don't know. I don't know why I did that.
I can't remember. There was something I had to watch over and over because I watched the first 3 and I would be like, then I'd come back, watch another. Then I finally watched it all. And I was like, okay,
then it got you hooked somewhere where you just
I was gonna say, is it slow to the pickup? Does it feel
I wouldn't say so. I think it picks up real good in the beginning.
Okay.
So it'll keep you
invested.
And see how everything plays out like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then my last one is I know a lot of our favorites, Light and L.
See, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I had to rewatch Death Note because when he told me that yesterday, I said I thought they were like at each other. I didn't know they were a duo. And then think about it, they actually kind of worked together in the beginning, right?
Well, no, it's mid.
No, go ahead.
It was mid-season they started working together.
Okay, yeah. But no, that's interesting. Go ahead.
But then, not only as a duo when they work together, which I'll get to that, but I felt like the duo as in the whole series going at each other, crazy mind battle that we don't really see in a lot of animes right now.
Yeah.
So it's like back and forth. It's like, oh, this guy's a step ahead of me. I'm trying to get a step ahead of him on the next one, but then it doesn't work out for Light at times, and he gets outsmarted. Just so good.
Yeah, I mean when I think of them, I think of the mind battles. You know what I'm saying? And it's like at some point it was almost entertaining.
Right.
You know, to them it was just like, yeah, like sure, we got to solve this case, or we got to figure out, I got to figure out who you are, but this is fun. Like, I haven't had this type of challenge in a long time.
The thrill.
Yeah.
For L.
Both of them.
For both of them?
Yeah, for both of them.
Watching them.
Yeah. No, that's interesting.
I think before that, pretty much just watching action animes.
Yeah. That one, I think that was the first like thriller, psychological anime that was brought to the States.
Well, because we were just watching Toonami and Adult Swim.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I should say that became available
for us.
Yeah, for us. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That came to the States. And like I said, I have to rewatch it. I have to watch it
because we don't know what else was out there.
Right.
We were too young to know what else was out there.
That's what I'm saying. That became because
being shown.
Yeah, because it came out on Adult Swim. You got to stay up to like who knows in the morning. To watch it.
Yeah.
But it was definitely one that started that for us. That started the trend of thriller, psychological, and
there's
like
more
I said,
out there than action.
Right.
Yeah.
And to think that them as a duo, and then the way you describe it, okay, I can see it. It kind of doesn't make sense, but the fact that it's the thrill of the chase that gets both of them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think that's pretty cool. So.
Yeah, and then when they work together, and then there's that second Kira that comes out of nowhere.
Oh,
if you remember.
Yeah.
And Light still having, because he loses his memories a little later. I forgot about that. Light still having his memories is acting like he doesn't know nothing at all while working with L.
Right.
So then they try to find a second Kira. They find out that it's Misa.
Yeah.
That threw me off a little bit too, but it was Misa. And then a third Kira shows up out of nowhere. And at that point, that's when Misa and Light gave up their notebooks and lost their memories. So then they start working together after a while and to find a third Kira. And just that teamwork when they were putting their heads together, it felt like if they really stayed like that the whole time, they would have been unstoppable.
Yeah.
Because Light, at one instance, finds out that this business is the one that's doing all the killings, because they're benefiting on their business. It's growing because of these killings. So he puts that together and lets L know. Then they come up out a plan down the road to find a third Kira. And then just them two working together was crazy.
That's pretty cool.
I have to I vaguely remember. It's like I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
Yeah, I had to touch up yesterday and I watched like those middle episodes.
Yeah,
I was like, this thing is crazy good.
Yeah, I definitely gotta rewatch it. My girl loves it. I think that was the first anime she watched because she's kind of into that thriller psychological stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, she loves it.
I know so many different genres of anime. It's crazy.
I know. Right?
She actually watched the live action movie.
I heard it was garbage.
It was she said this is bad. So when she looked up online, like, oh, the anime adaptation is way better, and she agreed with all the people that said that too. So
yeah, they changed the characters.
Yeah,
who does that?
Yeah.
So I told him to watch the ones that came out older, like in Japan.
Yeah,
those were good, the definite ones.
Yeah. The newer ones are not.
What, movies?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Like the ones that came out on Netflix and
But
they're giving it another go.
I'm sorry.
Are they?
Oh, they're
it's like
really?
a sequel? There's no sequel to Death Note.
No. They're doing another live action.
It's the people who I believe that are doing the Stranger Things series.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good. So maybe they won't mess up this time, but they keep trying and they gotta stop messing up Death Note. That's all.
I gotta see. I don't know, because it's like I gotta just
rewatch it.
There was the things that they, and I didn't watch it. It was just from what I heard, but it was like the things that they changed, especially with the character of Light. Light was, very calm, cool, collected, very calculated, like, and then they made him into this, like, I don't know, like emotional type, like, what is this?
Right.
Like, as soon as they told me that at the end he like freaked out for whatever reason, I said, wait, Light freaked out? No. It's already wrong.
One of your favorite characters, Vicious, right?
Yeah.
And the live, you haven't seen it, right? The live.
No, I didn't see the live action one.
They made him whiny.
Yeah.
So
that's what I heard. Yep.
So they messed up on some of that.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't. Okay, and I have a friend who's very open minded, and she didn't like the Cowboy Bebop. She didn't like Death Note or Cowboy. So I knew. I'm like, if she's that open minded and she didn't like it, then it's probably not good.
They did Vicious.
Yeah, no, that's one thing I heard. I'll never watch it.
I don't know.
But okay, Mr. Dabir Weeks.
All right. I would say my first one that I'm gonna present to y'all is the love and hate duo here from Samurai Champloo, Mugen and Jin.
Oh my gosh. I haven't seen them since I was a kid. That's another one.
That's a rewatch.
Can I be honest? I never watched Samurai Champloo.
You never watched it?
Never watched Samurai Champloo.
You're gonna love it. Hip hop tracks on there?
Yes.
One of the best.
The soundtrack was dope. Yeah.
It was an opening, right? The opening?
No, just
the whole thing.
Just the soundtrack period.
Throughout the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
So
Get to it.
It's like I vaguely remember because I watched it as a kid.
Right.
And when you're watching things week to week on Adult Swim,
it's hard.
Like,
it's hard to remember certain things.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to
yeah.
even it was hard to even keep up half the time.
Yeah.
It's like most of the time I just watched it because it was anime and I just
Right.
needed to see some anime.
No.
But yes, yeah.
Right. See, when them two fight, of course they didn't like each other.
Okay.
But when them two fight together, I was always locked in just because it's been so long. So I'm like, wait a minute. Who is who? Because, okay, I got their names here. But who is who? But I believe Jin was the one with the glasses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
From what I remember.
From what I remember, too. Because I haven't watched it in forever, too. I just remember bits and pieces. But, so Jin, he is the... what would you say? He's the clean one. You make sure he's presentable. The way his fighting style is, is how he was trained. And then we have Mugen. He's like a Street Fighter swordsman. He's sloppy. You could tell he doesn't shave. He got a little,
little
stubble.
A little stubble. But the way he fights, he'll use any way to fight you. And no matter how many times these two fought each other, they can't beat each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
No matter how many times. And then when they're fighting somebody or usually a group of people and they're fighting, watching their two styles go with around each other while they're fighting, it just amazed me how they presented that every time they fought together.
Nice.
Loved it.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
It's good.
Yeah. How many episodes?
30 something.
Yeah, I
is
would
it
say it's
30?
not long.
No, it's definitely
It's not long.
Yeah.
And then they have a movie too.
Oh, they do?
Do they? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they have a movie.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
It's canon?
Yeah.
You know if it's canon or
I
not?
don't remember.
No?
I can't
Okay.
remember.
I should rewatch it and look for that movie.
I'll look it up. I'll
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Okay.
good. Yeah. All right. Let me move to the next one. All right, my next one. Edward and Alphonse.
Yep.
Of course. Yeah.
I was gonna pick them, but I was like, okay, Dabir got them. That's fine. No problem.
As soon as Will asked, I'm like, nobody's messaging. No, let me do it then. Let me do it then.
Yeah, you're good. No, I mean it's probably up there with Golden Killua, because when you think duels, Golden Killua and then the Elric brothers. You know what I'm saying? So it's so obvious.
Yeah.
You know,
just them. Y'all know them two together. The way they think, Alphonse. Actually, out of them two, Alphonse is my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just how he just kept himself together. As y'all know, he couldn't even sleep. The way he kept himself going.
Couldn't sleep or eat.
Yeah, or eat.
Couldn't sleep or eat.
And he was young. He was a kid.
He was a suit of armor, but
True.
And then the genius that Edward, has, he has so much natural talent. And,
prodigy.
Yeah, he's a prodigy on top of working. He works on it and keeps himself up, and and he just thinks about saving his brother.
That's one thing I respect about Ed. Edward always is on the grind. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He doesn't. He's always complacent. You know what I'm saying.
Never.
He's always trying to get better. Because he wants his brother to get his body back. You know what I'm saying. He's trying to become a stronger alchemist. So I definitely, if Mustang didn't exist in that anime, Edward would probably be my favorite character. You know what I'm saying? Because I love his demeanor. I just love he's just always on the grind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's so cool too.
No, he is. Ed is very cool. Yeah. Ed is a cool character.
His design too, with his his prosthetics is just I don't know, how people looked at prosthetics back in the day, but I know if you have one and you watch this anime, you automatically didn't think anything negative about your prosthetic, personally.
Yeah.
And even I do like the whole clap and
I did that for so long.
I know.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that was really cool. I love the way he would use that. Yeah, the way he would use his prosthetic arm, and then he would turn it into stuff, with his alchemy or something. Stuff. Yes.
And the way they presented the sound of the clap, like it zoomed into just the sound of that. Just like, he's about to do it.
There's one scene that I like, and I can't remember what dimension they were in, but Edward was in this dimension, and it was somewhere
beyond the gates.
I think so. Yeah. Because Al's body was there,
right?
And it looked
the scene.
His body just looked so deteriorated. Like he had long hair. He looked like he'd been through it.
Scruffy.
Yeah, and he was all chained up. And when Edward realized it was Al, he was like, "I'm gonna get you," and as I'm watching this, I think I text you and I'm thinking, yo, this is hitting. Like, it hit me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's 3 scenes that I actually cried on. Miriam and Komugi, the ending scene for that.
Oh, that cuts deep.
Sanji and Luffy and Whole Cake Island, where Luffy says, I can't become king of the pirates without you.
Aww.
You know what I'm saying? That one got me. And that one. When Edward saw Al's real body and he was like, "Yo, I'm coming to get you," like no matter what. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that hit me like nothing ever hit me before.
You know what the crazy thing is? Because while I was watching it, every reaction that Ed had literally was the same that was going through my mind.
Yeah.
So as I'm watching it, I'm just like, I feel like I froze just like him.
Yeah.
His reaction, what he would have said, like everything synced up to what I would have said. So the way that scene hit me was crazy.
You related to that. You related to that. Yeah. I think me too. It was just like, yo, I mean that's tough. That was a real tough scene, but it was so well done. Yeah. Oh my God, it was so great.
Yeah.
But yeah, that scene always gets me every time.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one. The boys.
Yeah, the boys. The original boys.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. That's a good pick.
Weren't they like 2 years apart too?
I think so.
Something like that.
I think so.
I think like Ed was like 15 or something like that. Then Al was like 13,
maybe even 11.
So yeah, Al wasn't very.
I think it was.
He was
young. He was pretty young.
So there was like a little gap.
Yeah. But your last one, Dabir.
All right, my last one, I'm gonna go with the 7 Deadly Sins, Bon and Meliodas.
Oh.
I've never watched that.
Nah, I mean, I watched like 2 episodes and I kind of like, not that it turned me off, but I just like, okay, like I guess I was watching other things, so I gotta get back on. I know you're a big fan, Lito.
Yeah, I just haven't seen the last couple seasons, but that was like, would you say that was Netflix's first like anime entry that was like big?
Yeah. Which
Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
They starting to come out with some nice things.
Yeah,
they are. They own it now. Yeah. And I would say the same. I didn't finish the last couple of seasons, but from where I remember leaving off, I love the anime.
Right.
I was hearing about how the animation went down.
Right, that's what I heard too.
Yeah, a lot of complaints about that. So I haven't seen it yet. Actually, I have seen a clip, and I was just like, "Oh wow, yeah, it got
kind of
really
turned you off a little bit."
Yeah, I was like, it was really bad. I was just like, oh,
Come on,
that
Netflix.
sucks.
I know, right?
Right,
I got the
right.
money.
Spending all your money on the live actions.
Have them redo it for us, please.
Death Note.
But as far as the duo though,
Yeah, they're like brothers.
Oh, really?
Like brothers.
Okay.
Even when you see them two like first meet each other,
right?
one has been locked up because he, I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but
No,
one
go
is
ahead.
locked up and he basically is immortal.
Okay.
So he's been locked up for who knows how long. You see these spikes through his body. He's chained up, but he chilling though.
Yeah,
he just
he
chilling.
don't care.
Yeah, he's just chilling. One there's this guard that come in. I don't really remember too much, but this guard comes in. For some reason, they're letting him out. This guard attacks him, and he basically just uses the guard to give himself a shave.
Oh wow!
It's like she got really good sword skills, and then he kind of just dodged it all. And all of a sudden, you see him with a clean shave. His hair is cut. All of a sudden, he's thanking her like, "Oh, thanks."
Oh, yeah, each swing is just like,
Yeah, like literally just gave this man a fresh shave. It's hilarious. So you already see like, okay, he
His
got
skills.
skill, yeah. And then all of a sudden, Meliodas, I can't remember what's going on. He comes, but then they see each other. They're so excited to see each other, and he runs and he go Bond, and he gives them this giant hug, and he's literally flying through walls.
Oh wow!
Like their strength just from normal hugs, you can see is
Right.
top tier. Like what is going on here? And then it is funny because Bond just like, hey Meliodas or Captain, he called him Captain, and then he just punches him. So he flies through walls too, and then all of a sudden they're arm wrestling and they're literally just destroying this whole castle that they were inside. It's when they meet each other,
greeting each other.
yeah, they're just you could tell they're taking no damage, but everything around them is crumbling and getting destroyed. It's hilarious.
we've been attacked. No, we haven't. They're just celebrating.
Right, they're celebrating that they haven't seen each other in who knows how long.
Oh, that's pretty
That's
cool.
funny.
Yeah, I definitely gotta try and give it a try, but
Yeah,
I heard like after a certain season, it goes downhill.
After season 1.
Oh, after season 1? Oh
Yeah.
my god!
But then
So,
it got better, supposedly, so I'm trying
Um,
to try.
Yeah, I love the story, love the characters, but yeah, at a certain point I stopped and fell off of it. But it's great though.
And when you said that, when they were giving each other a hug or they got excited, it kind of reminded me of Luffy and when Luffy sees Zoro for the first time in Wano.
It was that much excitement.
Yeah, because Luffy had Luffy, Nami, Brook, and Carrot went to Whole Cake Island. The rest of the crew went to Wano. So when Luffy finally got to Wano and he's searching around, and when he sees Zoro, he gets excited, which is that's what you expect from Luffy.
Yeah, of course.
But you see Zoro get excited too.
Luffy, you see this big smile,
and Zoro after post time skip, he's not much smiling about a lot of things. He's kind of like,
Was he pre-time skip?
yeah. I mean, Zoro had Zoro. Okay,
Like what? I don't
but
remember
I'm
Zoro
saying like
smiling that
as far
often.
as like emotion, Zoro showed some emotion. After the time skip, there's no emotion. Like whatever emotion he did show was bare minimum. And then when he sees Luffy, he gets excited because Luffy's his boy.
You see that?
So that's what it kind of reminded me
old
of.
Zoro again.
Yeah,
when they
but-
see each other.
But that's what it kind of reminded me of when he said that. And I'm thinking, oh shoot, yeah. But that's pretty cool though. Yeah. But real quick, I have an honorable mention.
I was gonna say I have some honorable mentions.
Yeah,
All right,
right,
honorable
all right.
mentions?
Bring him in. Right, I didn't get one either.
I want to. I mean, I just thought about it.
That's okay.
I mean, you guys didn't have to. I kind of want to get through these real quick. One honorable, or two actually. I got two honorable mentions. I know one of them. I think both of them you'll like Dabir. Two honorable mentions. One of them is Guy and Kakashi.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Was it?
I didn't put him on my list, but I definitely thought about it.
Yes, yeah. I think they have a great relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's very competitive, but at the same time, you know, you can see they care for each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Guy will drop everything. I don't think it's hard to say if he would drop, you know, like kind of drop whatever Rock Lee's doing to go to Kakashi because he loves Rock Lee. You know what I'm saying? He loves Rock Lee as a son. But anybody else besides Rock Lee, he's dropping everything to go for, you know, to help Kakashi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
They got a tight bond. They really do. Number 2, Gato and Gojo.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And because you're gonna watch it. When you do watch it, it's the move. It's actually season 2 where they show that they're really together. They do have a strong bond. Gato and Gojo are, you know, you could tell they're the 2 strongest in Jujutsu.
I was so happy that they went on, you know, their backstories together. I needed that.
Yeah, Gato and Gojo, and then like another thing too, they are very contrast in personalities because Gojo's very arrogant, and Gato at the time is more. He's more humble. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
At
that time, he definitely was. Which was surprising to see because you didn't, from, you know, how they present him at first.
Right, in the movie.
Yeah.
To the hidden inventory arc is night and day.
Right.
But it's cool to see that. Yeah, so those are 2 of my honorable mentions. I know, D, you got some.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, I won't take too long because I have a few. All right. Well, Spike and Jet. No, we had already touched on them, so you know I won't even go into it. But Spike and Jet, Zabuza and Haku. Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't say that, Lito.
I know. Honestly, I was like,
many.
I know. A lot. I was like, maybe someo's gonna take Zabuza, but nobody took it. But that's
you thought Lito, not someone. You thought Lito was gonna take Zabuza.
He didn't send you the list of what we did.
I did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But definitely Zabuza and Haku. Just all of it. And
they had a really good relationship.
They did. And
it was sad.
That was probably the first time that I ever really cried watching
side by side.
Yeah.
You know, yes.
He's the devil.
That hurt.
He's not a devil.
Funny. Yeah, that's funny.
But
Ed and Ein. Okay. A girl and her dog.
Oh my God! Yes.
Ed and Ein, of course.
Yes. You want to go with Ed?
Yeah, yeah. But it's like, you know, every time there would be those moments where like Ed would be doing something and then Ein would bring her something or would show her something, and she'd be like, "Oh, Ein, you're right," you know, whatever. It's just like,
that's a very wholesome duo.
Yes. And another for me, an up and coming. They almost made the list, but I'm like, they're still up and coming. They're still up and coming.
Okay.
Anya and Bond.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh yeah.
Anya and Bond. Okay. I was like, yo, these two, they're the only 2 in the family that know the whole truth about everybody.
Right. You're absolutely right about that.
And they, you know, they're keeping the secret just between them. And I love it.
No, it's good.
The only reason there's only been 1 season. That's the only reason I was like, you know, I'm not gonna put them on my list.
Because you want to see it develop.
Let me see. Let me just see it. You know, but Anya and Bond definitely.
Those are some good honorable mentions.
Yes.
But yeah, no, this was fun, guys. I had a blast talking about it. I mean, we went in depth with our duels. We really did. Obviously, we still all think Golden Killua number 1.
Golden Killua.
But again, the Elric brothers are just up there too. You know what I'm saying? They're very iconic. So
you know, one more honorable mention.
Go ahead.
Bakugo and Deku.
See, I thought about that. Okay. I thought about that.
I didn't want to go too obvious though. That's the only reason I didn't choose them.
Yeah.
Because I even had them in my notes and everything, and I was like,
I thought about Deku and Bakugo because it's almost like a Vegeta Goku kind of thing, you know. But when they need to work together, they work together very well.
They make each other better. They make each other so much
better.
No,
they do. They feed off each other.
On both sides.
Yeah, they feed off each other's strengths. They really do.
See it in the show, in the movies.
Well, the manga is crazy. I think it might be almost done. So season 7 comes out May 4th. I'm excited to see that all animated.
You'll be reading that at some point.
Yeah,
so it's coming to an end, huh?
It's good. Yeah. Ooh. But no, this was fun. You know, this is great. Always a good conversation with Lito and D. So more Lito than D. So
okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just playing. No, I'm not. Anyways, but.
How come you don't send Lito anything on Instagram?
I know, right? Yeah.
Because he doesn't use Instagram. That's
Actions
why.
speak louder than words.
He doesn't use anything in Instagram. Anyways, no, to catch Anime Break Room podcast, you can stream on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and iTunes. Like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dabir. Our social media pages are.
We got Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok.
Please follow, please like all of our social media pages and our streaming services. Also, I think next week we're going to take a hiatus. There's a couple of things I wanted to do, but I wasn't able to get it done. So, actually, I'll talk to you on air. D, do you want to do our Spy Family episode?
Of course. Yes, of course. And I will finish season 2 then by the time we do that.
Because there's only 13 episodes. Lito, if you want to.
No, I think they're. Well, okay. I'll go and see.
There's 12?
I feel like
for season 2 you're talking about?
Yeah,
13 right now.
13
Is there?
for season
Oh,
2.
okay.
Because I don't know if they're doing like season 1 where they did part 1 and then part 2 later.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the 13 episodes that just came out.
Okay.
Lito, if you're down, let me know.
Okay, I'll let you know.
But yeah, the next in 2 weeks we'll do our Spy Family episode. Nice. So that will be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So with that being said, Lito, you're good?
Good.
D, you're good?
Lito and Dabir, it's been a pleasure.
Always.
Bro, we don't got time for this. I gotta go to BJ's. I gotta.
It's been a while. It's been enjoyable.
Lito and Dabir, it's been a pleasure.
Anyways, Dabir, you're good?
Yeah.
All right, folks. Break time's over, and as always, have a good day.